Yo, it's your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, back at you with a new video. Today is Wednesday, June 4th, 2025, with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can. Cash App $ ORION NWSF or the YouTube Super Chat right here. We got some MLB action this Wednesday evening. The Baltimore Orioles versus the Seattle Mariners. First pitch is going to be here in roughly 5 minutes. So let's cue up the music, take a look at the thumb, and let's get into the starting lineups. Happy Wednesday, everyone. And on the thumb, on the left, is the stud catcher, Adley Rutschman. And on the right, you know what it is, the best catcher in baseball, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Now let's get into the starting lineups here first for the visiting Baltimore Orioles. Leading off for the Orioles at second base, Jackson Holliday. Batting second, catching today for Baltimore, Adley Rutschman. Batting third, playing shortstop, Gunnar Henderson. Batting cleanup, batting fourth, DHing today for the Orioles, Ryan O'Hearn. Batting fifth, playing third base, Ramon Urias. Batting sixth, playing center field, Colton Cowser. Batting seventh, playing first base for Baltimore, Kobe Mayo. Batting eighth, playing right field, Heston Kjerstad. And batting ninth, playing left field, Dylan Carlson. And on the mound for the Orioles with a 1-4 record, an ERA of 5.29, it is Cade Povich. And now let's get into the starting lineup for your Seattle Mariners. Leading off for the Mariners at shortstop, J.P. Crawford. Let's go, J.P. Batting second, DHing today for Seattle, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Batting third, playing center field, Julio Rodriguez. Batting cleanup, batting fourth, left fielder, Randy Arozarena. Batting fifth, catching today for Seattle, Mitch Garver. Batting sixth, playing right field, Dylan Moore. Batting seventh, playing first base, Donovan Solano. Batting eighth, playing second base, Cole Young. And batting ninth, playing third base, Ben Williamson. And on the mound for the Mariners with a 2-2 record, ERA of 5.64, it is Emerson Hancock. We'll be shooting for 20 likes within the first hour, 50 or more overall, and 100 in the donos on every single stream. Jerry in the building, what's good? Daniel in the building, what's good? Odin in the building, what's good? Let's go. Get everything situated here. Hope everyone is having a fantastic day. And again, a pretty rough start, in the start of the series against the Baltimore Orioles, but we knew as soon as Colin Snyder came out that it was going to be not good, so to speak. So again, I think that just like in the previous series, against the Minnesota Twins, we had a game that, could have been a little bit better in game number 1, but we were able to squeak out games 2 and 3. And I do feel confident that the Mariners can win tonight and they can win tomorrow in the rubber match with Brian Wu on the mound. It's kind of two different ways the Mariners kind of operate. They either win the first two games and drop the rubber match, or they lose the first game in the series and win the last two. So I feel that, if Emerson Hancock can pitch a decent game here today and give up 3 runs or less, as long as our bullpen performance isn't horrendous like last night with Colin Snyder, don't even know how he's still on the roster, I think that we should be able to put up 4 to 5 runs today. And again, the magic number, 4 to 5 runs, 7 to 10 hits. And if we end up getting that number, we should be able to win today and tomorrow. Emerson Hancock on the mound here today, Brian Wu on the bump tomorrow. Let's go, baby. I gotta go grab my Griffey bauble. Odin, what's good, brother? I'm doing pretty good. I'm looking forward to the WWE PLE on, I believe it's on Saturday, right? So again, I'm looking forward to that. At this point, there's only, 4 matches? So I'll still be keeping up with the Mariners and whatnot, but it'll be nice to be able to get one WWE stream, at least at the very bare minimum, a month. Every once in a while, we'll do some Monday Night Raws, but we haven't done it recently. And again, I'm looking forward to seeing what we get this weekend. Should be competitive, should be exciting, and hopefully we get the same type of excitement here with Emerson Hancock on the mound. 9 starts, 2-2 record, 5.64 ERA, and again, started off really shaky, giving up 6 runs in his first start, then getting pulled in the second inning and getting sent down to AAA. ERA exploded to 81, so to be able to go from 81 to 5.64 in roughly 4, matchups, even though it's in 9 starts, but to get credit for a 2-2 record, we'll see where it goes. First pitch from Emerson Hancock to Jackson Holliday, and grounds out to second, throw to first, 1 away. Down goes Jackson. Next up, for the Baltimore Orioles, catcher Adley Rutschman. Me as well. How are you doing? Hope that you're having a good week. I know, things have kind of been up and down, but I assume things will get better, as time goes forward. First pitch takes a strike looking right down the middle to Adley Rutschman, 0-1 count. 0-1 pitch. Fouled off with that sinker from Hancock to Rutschman, behind in the count 0-2. Good start here for Emerson, and Emerson has looked pretty good. And again, Logan Evans, who got sent down to AAA just to make a roster spot move for another player, should definitely be called back up and to either be a starter or to help us out in the pen. But I actually trust Logan Evans and Emerson Hancock more than George Kirby and Bryce Miller as far as today. Now, as the season goes on, that might change. But again, I like what we're getting from our up-and-coming pitchers. 0-2 pitch, high and away, 4-seam fastball, 95 miles an hour by Emerson Hancock. 1 ball and 2 strikes with a 1-2 pitch. And Rutschman pops up to Ben Williamson at third, 2 away. Down goes Adley. Next up for the Orioles, shortstop Gunnar Henderson. Let's go Emerson. First pitch, fouled off, high and away with a sinker, 95 miles an hour from Hancock to Henderson, 0-1 count. 0-1 pitch. Fouled off, high and inside, behind in the count 0-2 to Gunnar Henderson. Top of the first inning, 0-0, Orioles and Mariners. 0-2 pitch, low and away with the changeup. 87 miles an hour there from Emerson Hancock. 1 ball and 2 strikes with nobody on and 2 outs. Top of the first inning, Emerson Hancock on the mound, Gunnar Henderson in the box. Jacob in the building, what's good? Daniel in the building, what's good? Jerry in the building, what's good? Odin's son in the building, what's good? How hot was it in New York today? What are we talking temperature-wise, like 80 or 90? 1-2 pitch. 4-seam fastball, high and away. 97 miles an hour, bringing that heat from Emerson Hancock. 1 ball and 2 strikes with nobody on and 2 outs. 1-2 pitch. Sinker. Right down the middle, fouled off by Gunnar Henderson. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes with nobody on and 2 outs. 85. Yeah, it is starting to get a little bit warm here in the Pacific Northwest. We're going to have to get the AC plugged in probably by this weekend. 1-2 pitch and a big swing and a miss. Nice punch out there by Emerson Hancock to get out of the inning unscathed. And I'm telling you, again, he definitely had a rough start, but him and Logan Evans, should be a part of the starting rotation. And again, with Bryce Miller and George Kirby, they're injured, don't look right. And again, it's crazy to think that, guys that are essentially AAA pitchers are better than Bryce Miller and George Kirby. But again, if you're not 100% mentally or physically, you are going to struggle. Even though George started to kind of figure it out before he got that line drive and he ended up getting hit in the mouth and had to exit the game. It was a little bit better than his first 2 starts where his ERA almost exploded at 12. Nice job by Emerson Hancock. Let's see who's up next here for the Seattle Mariners. Leading off for the Mariners at shortstop, J.P. Crawford. Let's go, JP. We need a fast start, and hopefully JP can get on base, and that will rub off onto the other guys in the lineup. Batting second, DHing today, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Best catcher in baseball, period. And batting third, center fielder, Julio Rodriguez. Let's go, baby. Trident's up. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. Help us get to 20 likes within the first hour so we can hit that algorithm, 50 or more for the stream, and obviously 100 in the donos on every single stream. Bottom of the first inning, 0-0, Orioles and Mariners. And leading the charge for Baltimore on the mound with a 1-4 record and ERA of 5.29, Cade Povich. First pitch from Povich to Crawford. Takes a strike looking low and away with a 4-seam fastball, 92 miles an hour to JP. Let's go, baby. You got to focus, JP. Let's get it. 0-1 pitch. Takes a strike looking right down the middle, behind in the count, 0-2. Povich on the mound, JP Crawford in the box. Come on, JP. Getting off to a fast start is going to be very essential, here for the Mariners, especially dropping game 1 in the series. We're going to have to start fast and score 1 to 3 runs within the first 4 innings. And typically, if we do that, that'll give us good Uncle Mo and good momentum moving up and moving forward, not only in this game, but for game number 3, the rubber match with Wu on the mound tomorrow. 0-2 pitch, in play, and popped out to left, 1 away. Next up for the Mariners, DHing today, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Let's go, Cal. Trident's up, baby. Let's go. First pitch to Cal, low and at the knees. Big swing and a miss. Tries to jam the hitter and does. 0-1 count. Come on, Cal. Let's get it, baby. 0-1 pitch, fouled off right down the middle, behind in the count early here, 0-2. Come on, Cal. Cole in the building, what's good? Yeah, it's going to happen, though, Jeremy. Again, especially if you put in the wrong guy, in the bullpen. And, of course, our bullpen isn't very good right now. It's the weak link of our team, besides injuries. 0-2 pitch, fouled off. Low and away with that slider by Povich. But again, I still feel confident that we can win game 2 and 3 in the series, just like we dropped the first game to the Twins and we won the last 2. So I definitely feel we can do that again here in this series. 259 average, 23 home runs, leading MLB. And again, I love being able to see Cal Raleigh being Cal Raleigh and getting finally the recognition that he deserves. 0-2 pitch, low and at the knees, slider. 86 miles an hour by Povich. 1 ball and 2 strikes with nobody on and 1 out. Bottom of the first inning. We're knotted up here at 0. And 1-2 pitch. Big swing and a miss. And down goes Cal Raleigh. 2 away. Hopefully Cal will get going later in the matchup. We're going to need his bat. And batting third, center fielder, Julio Rodriguez. Let's go, J-Rod. Definitely felt like sprinkling in a few new photos for some of the guys will hopefully give us the spark we need to be able to try to ends up win this game. Oh, Julio. All day in the building. What's good? All day is on it. Appreciate you. We're at 10. 40 more to go. 10 more this hour. Appreciate you all day. Michael's looking for his twin, the fake. You never know if they'll show up or not. Bottom of the first inning with a runner at first with 2 outs. .244 average, 10 home runs, and 32 ribbies. And that 1-0 pitch right to the pitcher, Povich, and a little late on the throw. And Julio Rodriguez is safe at first. Nice job. Next up for the Mariners, left fielder Randy Arozarena. First pitch, inside out the knees, four-seam fastball, 1-0 count. Come on, Randy, we need you, baby. 1-0 pitch, high and inside, four-seam fastball, 93 miles an hour. 2 balls and no strikes with a runner at first and 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the first, still knotted up at 0. .2-0 pitch, takes a strike looking on the corner, tries to jam the hitter with that curveball, 78 miles an hour by Povich. 1 ball, no. 2 balls and 1 strike to Randy Arozarena. And down goes Randy Arozarena. Again, they may have to think about figuring out either sending him lower in the batting order or maybe another individual. I know Luke Raley is still not ready just yet. He's getting close to getting to his rehab stints, but we definitely need a couple other individuals to get a shot, for some of these guys that have been in a slump like Randy and Polo. Harry Ford is definitely waiting. They're in AAA for the Tacoma Rainiers. That's an individual that you can bring up, as well as Logan Evans. And again, it would be in the Mariners' best interest if they do that. All right, end of the first inning as Randy Arozarena pops up to Adley Rushman for out number 3. Let's see who's up next here for the Orioles in the top of the second. Next up for the Orioles here in the top of the second inning, in the 4-hole, cleanup hitter today, DHing Ryan O'Hearn. Batting second in the 5-hole, third baseman Ramon Urias. And batting third, center fielder Colton Cowser. Trident's up. Let's go Mariners. Odin, when do you think that the Money in the Bank is going to end? It's going to start at 3:30. Do you think it's going to be done by 6:30? Because I just looked up on Saturday. The Mariners play the Angels Saturday night at 6:38. So I guess it's technically possible that I could do both, depending on if I have enough time and if I've already made a Mariner thumbnail in advance. We would be sitting in the chair for 6-7 hours straight, but again, Money in the Bank should be fun. And again, I don't usually miss too many Mariner games. My goal is to do 150 out of the 162 games or more, and really we're only going to typically miss maybe one a month if we decide to do the WWE PLE or pay-per-view event. Now obviously being a premium live event is what they call it. And again, we haven't really missed that many up to this point. Just obviously WrestleMania, obviously on one of the days. And again, we'll see where it goes if I have enough time to get that going. And O'Hearn flies out to left. And first pitch to Ramon Urias, flies out to the shortstop there. I see you, JP, in play, 2 away. Next up, center fielder Colton Cowser. First pitch from Hancock to Cowser, takes a strike looking with the sinker right down the middle, 0-1 count. Top of the second inning, nobody on. Still knotted up here at 0 early on. Hancock on the mound, Cowser in the box. Let's go, Emerson. 0-1 pitch, low and away with the changeup, 84 miles an hour. 1 ball and 1 strike with nobody on and 2 outs. Still knotted up at 0 here early on between the Baltimore Orioles and the Seattle Mariners. 1-1 pitch, low and away. Changeup, a couple feet off the plate. 2 balls and 1 strike to Colton Cowser. 2-1 pitch. Takes a strike looking right down the middle. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Hancock to Cowser. Let's go, Emerson. I guess it really depends on the commercials and, obviously the introduction, to the wrestlers and how long that, part of the PLE, it goes. But if there's only going to be 4 matches, I can't really see it being any longer than 3 hours. I mean, they can stretch out, advertisements and ring entrances and theme music and whatnot, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. Lauren in the building, what's good? 2-2 pitch, low and away. Count now is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes with nobody on. Emerson Hancock has been pitching very, very well. And Hancock gets us out of the inning. I really like what I've been seeing out of him. Let's bring up Logan Evans from AAA to join his brother, Emerson Hancock. And again, if that means that George Kirby or Bryce Miller needs to go to the IL, or if because I don't even trust those guys not only starting, but I don't even trust them putting him in the pen. And I know that they wouldn't do that, even temporarily. But we have to go with the guys that give us the best chance to win. And that's not George Kirby or Bryce Miller. It definitely is Emerson Hancock and Logan Evans. And we need to bring up Harry Ford from the Tacoma Rainiers. Stat. All right, let's see who's up next here in the bottom of the second. Great start for Emerson Hancock. I love what I'm seeing out of him lately. Next up for the Mariners here in the bottom of the second, in the 5-hole, catching today, Mitch Garver. Batting second, right fielder, Dylan Moore. And batting third, first baseman, Donovan Solano. You don't really expect a whole lot out of Garver and Solano, so anything that we can get, even if they end up going 1 for 4, that might be good enough for us to win here today. Let's go, baby. Look at you breaking it all down. And it's not often where you have, that little amount of matches. We typically do about 5, right? In a normal PLE lately in this Triple H era. But, if you go with 4, and again, it's quality. It's, all about quality, not quantity. In the Vince McMahon era, they would try to push out 7 or 8, but then 3 of them would be like 5s out of 10. So again, I don't have a problem with doing less matches as long as they're quality. Bottom of the second inning, we're knotted up at 0, and hopefully we can start getting on the board here momentarily. All right, come on, Mitch. Cade Povich, first pitch, low and at the knees, 1-0 count. 1-0 pitch, takes a strike looking right down the middle, 1 ball and 1 strike from Povich to Garver. 204 average, 1 homer, 10 ribbies, definitely needs to get replaced by Harry Ford ASAP. 1-1 pitch, high and inside, tries to jam the hitter and he fouls it off. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Mitch Garver. Come on, Mitch. Two-two pitch, fouled off with the changeup high and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Povich to Garver. And as far as Cade is concerned, 1-4 record, ERA of 5.29. So we should be able to get some hits and home runs off of him, you would assume. 2-2 pitch, high and away, 4-seam fastball, 93 miles an hour by Povich to Garver. Bottom of the second inning, still knotted up at 0. Gretzky was on new heights. 2-2 pitch, and that's high and away. 4-seam fastball, 93 miles an hour, a couple feet off the plate. Count now is full, 3 balls and 2 strikes to Mitch Garver. And, even if it means that Garver and Polanco, get walked, that's essentially a base hit. So hopefully Polo gets walked at least once, Garver gets walked at least once, and hopefully they can get a hit. So it will be kind of a productive day. 3-2 pitch. And Garver grounds out to the shortstop, throw to first, 1 away. Next up for the Mariners, right fielder, Dylan Moore. Let's go, Demo. First pitch is high and away with the 4-seam fastball, 1-0 count. One-0 pitch, right down the middle, fouled off with a 4-seam fastball, 93 miles an hour by Povich. 1 ball and 1 strike with nobody on and 1 out. Povich on the mound, Demo in the box. 1-1 pitch, fouled off again, right down the middle. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Dylan Moore. Let's go, Demo. We need you. We're going to need your defense, filling in for Leody Taveras and right, and hopefully you can have a 2-for-4 day here today. 1-2 pitch, fouled off again. Slider this time around, 86 miles an hour to Demo. 1 ball and 2 strikes with nobody on and 1 out. Still knotted up at 0 here early in the matchup. Yeah, I'm excited about that. That'll be interesting to see how it all plays out. You got any predictions on who you think potentially could end up winning the Money in the Bank for female and male? I think both of us kind of have an idea, but curious on what you think. One-two pitch, change up, fouled off again. 4 straight foul balls to Demo. He's grinding this at-bat out. Come on, Demo. Grind this at-bat out. Find a way to get to first. See if you can get a single. A little blooper to left. 1-2 pitch. And big swing and a miss. Down goes Dylan Moore. 2 away. Next up for the Mariners, first baseman, Donovan Solano. First pitch from Povich to Solano, high and away with a curveball. 86 miles an hour, 1-0 count. One-0 pitch, low and at the knees with a curveball, 79 miles an hour by Povich. 2 balls and no strikes to Donovan Solano. And anything that we can get out of Donovan Solano will be plus. You know, anything will be a positive out of a guy like that who's arguably one of the worst players on the team. If not the worst player on the team. But again, Colin Snyder probably is going to give Solano a run for his money for being the worst player, at least as of right now. 2-0 pitch, fouled off. 2 balls and 1 strike from Povich to Solano. 2-1 pitch, fouled off again, high and inside with the 4-seam fastball, 93 miles an hour. 2 balls and 2 strikes with nobody on and 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the second inning, looking for the first run, hopefully within the first 5 innings, I'm hoping. Let's go, baby. 2-2 pitch, fouled off right down the middle with a curveball, 80 miles an hour right down the pipe. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Povich to Solano. 2-2 pitch, and big swing and a miss for Donovan Solano, and that is the end of the Mariners here in the bottom of the second inning. Nice job by Cade Povich, mowing down the Mariner hitters. We're not haters here. Nice electric start for him, and we'll see where we go as the game progresses on. End of the second inning, we're still knotted up at 0. Let's see who's up next here for the Baltimore Orioles in the top of the third. Next up for the Orioles in the 7-hole, first baseman Kobe Mayo. Batting second, right fielder in the 8-hole, Heston Kjerstad. And batting in the 9-hole, left fielder Dylan Carlson. Try dance up. Let's go, M's. There we go. We hit 20 within 34 minutes. Appreciate you all day. 30 more likes to hit the goal. And I want to give a shout out to all of the new subs and all of the new followers on the channel here in 2025. Metrics have been pretty good. You know, we're averaging more than 1,000 people per stream for quite some time now, which is great. You know, some streams will even get above that 2,000 mark and even higher than that. But again, we're getting a nice audience, over 2,600 regular viewers that come here on the daily. And again, the female viewership has gone up from 5% to 13%. And not only that, we're getting views from all over the globe. United States is at 67%, 5.4% for Venezuela, 4.4% for Mexico, 3.5% Dominican Republic, Canada, Philippines, Japan, Colombia, Taiwan, Nicaragua, New Zealand, Australia, just to name a few. If you are watching and from one of those locations, I appreciate you. Shout out to you. Top of the third inning. We're knotted up at 0. Next up, Kobe Mayo. First pitch from Hancock to Mayo. Takes a strike looking inside. Tries to jam the hitter and does. 0-1 count. Could have been called a ball, but we'll see where this ump calls this game as it moves forward. 0-1 pitch, high and away, four-seam fastball, 95 miles an hour by Emerson Hancock. 1 ball and 1 strike from Emerson to Kobe. And we got to be able to get some runs. We got to be able to get back-to-back hits to find ourselves in a good RBI situation. You know, we haven't been able to leave anybody stranded yet, so we can't complain about that. But at some point, you know, again, I'm not sure if it's going to be when the starters go out, but we can't have what happened yesterday. 1-2 pitch, high and inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Hancock to Mayo. Let's go, baby. 2-2 pitch, and Mayo strikes out swinging. Nice job by my boy, Emerson Hancock. I like the electricity, baby. 1 away. Nice job, Emerson. Down goes Kobe. Next up, right fielder, Heston Kjerstad. Top of the third inning, nobody on with 1 out. First pitch from Hancock to Kjerstad. Low and at the knees, four-seam fastball, 94 miles an hour, 1-0 count. 1-0 pitch. Takes a strike looking high and away. Paints that corner, but gets the call. 1 ball and 1 strike from Hancock to Kjerstad. 1-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss by Kjerstad. 1 ball and 2 strikes with nobody on and 1 out. We're in the top of the third inning. So far, a little bit of a pitcher's duel, which I don't think anyone would expect with 2 guys with ERAs of 5. But that's where we're sitting right now. Both teams struggling to hit, at least early on. 1-2 pitch. Four-seam fastball, 95 miles an hour, right down the middle. Fouled off. Nice souvenir for that fan. 1 ball and 2 strikes with nobody on and 1 out. 1-2 pitch. Fouled off again. Four-seam fastball, high and away. 96 miles an hour from Hancock to Kjerstad. Got to get Heston out. Trident's up. Let's go, Ems. One-two pitch. In play. Grounds out to second. Throw to first. Got him. 2 away. Down goes Heston. Next up for the Orioles in the 9-hole, left fielder Dylan Carlson. It's crazy how good Emerson Hancock and Logan Evans, even though he got sent down to AAA, have been lately, and how bad Kirby and Miller have looked this year due to injuries. We have to be very blessed that we have 7 guys, in a 5-man rotation, even though they sent one down to AAA that they should be calling back very, very soon. First pitch, takes a strike looking in the zone, 0-1 count. But I'm very impressed with what I've seen out of Logan Evans and Emerson Hancock lately. 0-1 pitch, high and away. 1 ball and 1 strike from Hancock to Carlson. 1-1 pitch, low and at the knees with the changeup, 85 miles an hour. 2 balls and 1 strike from Hancock to Carlson. Let's go, Emerson. 2-1 pitch. Fouled off with that sinker, low and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes with nobody on and 2 outs. Top of the 3rd inning. Still knotted up here at 0. 2-2 pitch. Changeup, low and away. 85 miles an hour by Emerson. Still count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes with nobody on and 2 outs. You the man, Odin. You're one of the OGs. You know, and definitely we've seen some people, we've seen some come and some go. We've seen some stay. We've seen some, people that have been here from the very beginning. We've seen some people that have been here for a few years. And obviously a lot of newbies, that have come through in 2024 and 2025. And I'm definitely excited of the direction of where, this channel is going, not only in 2025, but beyond. 2-2 pitch, 4-seam fastball, fouled off again. 1 more strike and we can get out of this inning. Let's go, Emerson. Two-two pitch in play, and Carlson singles to left. Orioles finally get their first hit of the afternoon. Next up is second baseman Jackson Holliday. Both teams now with 1 hit apiece. We need more than that, though. First pitch to Jackson Holliday. Takes a strike looking low and away. Probably should have been called ball, but gets the benefit of the doubt for painting the corner. 0-1 count. Oh, 1 pitch, high and away. 4-seam fastball about 3 feet off the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike from Hancock to Holliday. But I appreciate you, Odin. You've been genuine, you've been loyal, and you've never switched up, from the very start where, we, kind of got to know each other and whatnot. And, people like you are far and few between. And I think that's why, we are as close as we are, because of, just having a lot in common, but ultimately, being, genuine, good human beings that have things in common. But, real recognizes real, and you are one of the realists. Love you, brother. 2-2 pitch, high and away. Count now is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes with a runner at first and 2 outs. Hancock on the mound, Holliday in the box. And normally when I'm talking about with a runner at first with maybe no outs or 1 out, I'm calling for the double play. But right now with 2 outs, all we need to do is get a punch out here or maybe a force out at second. Count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes from Hancock to Holliday. Punch him out, baby. 3-2 pitch, and changeup is outside. That is a 6-pitch walk. Runners now at first and second. Got to get out of this inning. Come on, Emerson. Next up, 0 for 1, catcher, former first-round pick, Adley Rushman from the Oregon State Beavers here in my hometown. Top of the 3rd inning, runners at first and second with 2 outs. Hancock on the mound, Rushman in the box. First pitch, sinker, fouled off, right down the middle, 0-1 count. Oh, 1 pitch. Inside, tries to jam the hitter, but he fouls that one off. Rushman is crafty. Behind in the count, 0-2. Top of the 3rd inning, runners at first and second with 2 outs. This is the best position that the Orioles have been in so far early in the matchup. But Hancock has been wheeling and dealing, and I would assume he's going to get out of this inning unscathed. He's been very good. as of late. Even though the ERA says 5, he started off the year giving up 6 runs in his first start and then getting benched in the second inning, sent down to AAA. The Tacoma Rainiers had to fight his way back to the team and has gradually brought that ERA down from 81 to 5. And I assume it will be in the 3s or the 4s sooner than later. 0-2 pitch, fouled off, high and inside with a four-seam fastball, 95 miles an hour by Emerson Hancock. No balls and 2 strikes with runners at first and second and 2 outs to Adley Rutschman. Let's go Emerson. 0-2 pitch, low and at the knees with the changeup. Tried to get Rutschman to bite. He doesn't. 1 ball and 2 strikes with runners at first and second and 2 outs. Top of the 3rd inning, we're still knotted up at 0. And wild pitch. Runners advance to second and third. Come on, Emerson. Can't have that. Holiday to second. Carlson to third. Don't get yourselves in a jam here. We don't want to give up a run or 2 here in the 3rd if we don't have to. And that was Mitch Garver. If that was Cal Raleigh, he probably would have caught that. So I don't think that was on Emerson. That was something that Mitch Garver, he should have caught that. That wasn't like 5 feet off the plate. That's on Mitch Garver, not on Emerson Hancock. I mean, it is a little low, but that's why Mitch Garver is not a starting catcher. And Emerson gets us out of the jam, even though Garver put us in a bad spot there. Nice job. Let's go to the bottom of the 3rd inning and see who's up next for the Mariners. Next up for the Mariners, second baseman, freshly called up from the Tacoma Rainiers, Cole Young. And let's bring up his teammate, Harry Ford, because obviously we're having a hard time hitting. After that 9 consecutive series win streak ended, we're only getting 1 to 3 runs, every game, for like the first 3 games. And then every 4th or 5th game will explode for 4 to 10. But again, the hits and the runs and the RBIs and home runs are just not there consistently anymore. Batting second in the 9-hole on deck, third baseman Ben Williamson. And then back at the top of the order, who's actually been getting hot as of late, 0 for 1 today, shortstop J.P. Crawford. Let's go, J.P. Anna in the building. How are you? I mean, and the good thing is that, even though, we haven't been able to hit lately, at least that we can trust Logan Evans and Emerson Hancock, where we can't trust Bryce Miller and George Kirby. So again, for some people, these type of slow starts or like good pitching, it may not be for everyone. Yeah, I mean, of course, you want to be able to see some good pitching, but also you want to see hits and RBIs and home runs, and you may get that as the matchup goes on. But again, the Mariners play in 2 different ways when they can't hit, right? And depending on how good the pitching is, we know the bullpen is a liability, except for Matt Brash, Dave Spire, and it looks like Jackson Kowar might be the 3rd best, taking over for Legomino, right? And we know Andres Munoz is still one of the best closers, if not the best in MLB, even though he's had a couple shaky back-to-back opportunities. But again, we either win the first game and we win the second game, drop the rubber match in the 3rd game, or as of late, we're dropping the first game just like we did in the Minnesota series, but we can win game 2 and 3. So he might have to wait, for the starting pitching to go out before we start raking. But I do feel confident that we can win here today and definitely win tomorrow with Brian Wu on the mound. First pitch to Cole Young. Takes a strike looking right down the middle. 0-1 count. 0-1 pitch. High and away. Good eye by Cole. 1 ball and 1 strike to Cole Young. Cade Povich, 1-4 record. ERA of 5.29. Let's go. Trident's up. Go M's. We need a win. 1-1 pitch. Fouled off right down the middle with the slider. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Povich to Young. Bottom of the third inning, nobody on, no outs. We're still knotted up here at 0. Not a whole lot of action so far, just a hit apiece for each team. One hit by Julio and one hit early on there by Dylan Carlson, but I know we're going to get more. You got to have patience, especially with the MLB. 1-2 pitch. High and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes as Cole Young thought he homered there. From Povich to Young. 2-2 pitch. High and away. No. Low and away. Count now is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes with nobody on and no outs. Come on, Cole. 3-2 pitch. And right down the middle, big swing and a miss. Down goes Young. 1 away. Still love you, Cole, but we need to bring up Harry Ford. Next up, we already know who it is. Third baseman, Ben Williamson. Now, we know that you can do it defensively. You got a laser rocket arm. You're making amazing plays at third base for single outs and double plays, but we need the bat to come alive. Let's go, Big Ben. I wouldn't even mind if he dropped a bunt down. Again, we need to get back to basics. If there's 0 outs or 1 out, you need to figure out ways to get on base, even if it's unconventional. In play, and Williamson goes for the first pitch, grounds out to second, throws to first, 2 away. Work the count a little bit more, Big Ben. And if you're going to swing at the first pitch, I'd rather have it be a bunt rather than a little slow dribbler. Next up is shortstop J.P. Crawford. Let's go, J.P. We know JP has been pretty hot as of late, Julio and Cal, but we need other role players to step up. Polo has cooled off. Randy, has had a couple moments, but he's been kind of struggling overall. We need better production, and we also need Luke Raley to get back, healthy on the team, and got to be able to figure out the best opportunities for the Mariners in the lineup. First pitch to JP Crawford, high and away, 1-0 count. 1-0 pitch, low and away, 4-seam fastball, 2 feet off the plate. 2 balls and no strikes from Povich to Crawford. 2-0 pitch, Crawford grounds out to second, throw to first, and that's the end of the third inning. Come on, JP, we need you. All right, let's get into the top of the 4th inning. Pitchers duel so far. I don't know if anyone was expecting that, but I still have confidence that we can win this game. And again, we are one of the best teams in the 7th, 8th, and 9th. But, I was hoping that we could get at least a couple runs and a few more hits, by the 5th inning. But we're already in the 4th, and we're still knotted up at 0. Only 1 hit apiece. And again, if this trend is going to continue, call up Harry Ford, damn it. Next up for the Orioles, 0 for 1 with a K, shortstop Gunnar Henderson. Batting second, DHing 0 for 1, Ryan O'Hearn. And batting third baseman in the 5-hole, Ramon Urias. Let's go Mariners. Let's go Emerson. Try dance up. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. We're 4 likes away from 30. We try to shoot for 50 on every stream or more, and we're still looking for our first dono on our dono train. And we got an early matchup tomorrow, I believe, at 1:10 Pacific. Brian Wu on the mound, and we know how good Brian Wu has been for us. And Logan Gilbert getting very close to coming back, about a week away, unless there's any setbacks. And it'll be very interesting, too, to see if we get Logan Evans back, on the team. Even if you move him into the bullpen, I think Mariner fans would be excited about that since we had, struggles there in the pen. You saw what Colin Snyder did yesterday. I don't even know how he's still on the team. After Legomina did the same thing, Snyder's done it twice, and he's still on the team. Send his ass down to AAA or cut him. First pitch from Hancock to Henderson. High and away. Sinker, 93 miles an hour, 1-0 count. 1-0 pitch. Fouled off low and at the knees. 1 ball and 1 strike from Hancock to Henderson. I don't know, you might have to refresh. But I appreciate you helping out on the channel and keeping up. On mine, it says 28. But I appreciate the help all day. 1-1 pitch. Fouled off. Slider, 91 miles an hour. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Gunnar Henderson. 1-2 pitch. And Gunnar strikes out looking. There we go. Nice job by Emerson Hancock. Wheeling and dealing. It's refreshing to actually see pitching, go well for the Mariners. Now we just need the bats to come alive. It's like we never can have all 3 things, great at the same time. Either the hitting is great, pitching is suspect, or the pitching is great, the hitting disappears, and then the bullpen, was good early on, but now it's terrible. It's like, can't we have good pitching, good hitting, and good bullpen for once, and check off all 3 boxes? But apparently not. Usually it's only 1 out of 3 or 2 out of 3 at the most. First pitch from Hancock to O'Hearn, fouled off low and away, 0-1 count. 0-1 pitch, big swing and a miss. 1 ball, no. We're in a 0-2 count to Ryan O'Hearn. 0-2 pitch, right down the middle, sinker, 94 miles an hour, fouled off. Nice souvenir for that fan over there. Behind in the count, 0-2 from Hancock to O'Hearn. Top of the 4th inning, we're still knotted up at 0. It's a pitcher's duel for 2 guys that have ERAs of 5, but man, Emerson Hancock looks like a guy that has an ERA of 3. He's been impressive. And just as I say that, big swing and a miss. Emerson Hancock wheeling and dealing, baby. See ya! O'Hearn strikes out swinging. I love it, baby. 2 away. See ya! Next up for the Orioles, 3rd baseman Ramon Urias. Let's go, Emerson. First pitch, takes a strike looking right down the middle with a sinker, 93 miles an hour, 0-1 count. 0-1 pitch, low and at the knees, changeup, 88 miles an hour, 1 ball and 1 strike from Hancock to Urias. But it honestly wouldn't hurt my feelings if they sent, Bryce Miller or George Kirby, to the IL, or sent Kirby back, to AAA to, kind of hone in on his skills a little bit more, and then put Bryce Miller on the IL. So that way we could have Logan Evans and Hancock instead to pair those 2 up with Brian Wu, Logan Gilbert, and Luis Castillo. Those are our 5 best pitchers. Kirby and Miller are liabilities right now, like our bullpen. 1-2 pitch. Low and away. Slider, 81 miles an hour by Emerson. 2 balls and 2 strikes with nobody on and 2 outs. Top of the 4th inning, we're knotted up here at 0. 2-2 pitch. High and away. 4-seam fastball misses the corner. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Count now is full from Hancock to Urias. Let's go, Emerson. And Urias strikes out swinging. See ya. Man, Emerson is looking fucking fantastic. I just wish that we could actually have elite pitching with elite hitting at the same game. But apparently that can't happen for the Mariners. But one thing is for sure, Emerson Hancock, and again, I said this even early on, after his first couple starts, I kind of had a feeling that he was going to be better than Kirby and Miller, and my intuition and instincts, were correct. I'm not going to, have ESP on every single, thing that I say. I'm not going to be 100% right, on every single thing that we talk about here on the stream, but I definitely have a pretty good pulse on what's going on. And let's go over the stats here real quick. For anyone that doesn't believe me that Emerson is pitching better, than a Bryce Miller or George Kirby who have been hurt. 4 innings pitched, 1 hit, no earned runs, 1 walk, 5 Ks, 65 pitches, 45 strikes. His ERA is at 5.18. He will end up getting that down in the 4s. And if he keeps pitching like this, it'll be in the mid 3s. I'm fucking impressed. 1 hitter by Emerson Hancock. Nice fucking job. And let's go to the flip side here for Cade Povich. 3 innings pitched, 1 hit, no earned runs, no walks, 4 Ks, 44 pitches, 29 strikes. His ERA is 5. So both of them are getting their ERAs closer to the 4 range, which is good to see for both teams. Now let's go to the bottom of the 4th inning and stop fucking around, and let's get on the board. Let's go, Big Dumper. You know what to do. Leading off for the Mariners, 0 for 1 with a K, DHing Big Dumper Cal Raleigh. And he's obviously swinging from the right-hand side until they bring in a reliever that might be right-handed. But obviously right now, Povich is a lefty. But Cal, his stats don't really go down from lefty or righty. They're, both amazing. OPS of over 1,000 on both sides as of a few days ago. Batting second on deck, center fielder, always a smile on his face, Julio Rodriguez. Let's go, J-Rod, we need you. And batting third, a very streaky hitter. Has been decent in the last few games, but again, striking out way too much. Left fielder, Randy Arozarena. Let's go, Mariners. First pitch to Big Dumper, takes a strike swinging low and away. 0-1 count. All right, Odin, take care, brother. Come on, Cal. We hit 30, 20 more likes to go to get to our goal of the 50. 0-1 pitch, fouls that one off, low and away. Behind in the count now, 0-2 from Povich to Big Dumper. Come on, Cal. I even got you a new swaggy, icy photo in those City Connects. Let's go, Raleigh. Best catcher in baseball, baby. 0-2 pitch. Low and away with a curveball, 81 miles an hour by Povich. 1 ball and 2 strikes with nobody on and no outs. Still knotted up at 0. And both Povich and Emerson Hancock are throwing 1-hitters so far here in the 4th. Impressive. One-two pitch. And Raleigh, go, 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 go. And that's a ground rule double, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, sir. Way to bring that electricity. Now Mariners with their second hit of the game finally. And hopefully we'll be able to bring in a run now for Cal Raleigh. Next up, a guy that could hit a 2-run jack or obviously, single, double, triple, a little RBI situation for our guy, J-Rod, Julio Rodriguez. Trident's up. Let's go, Julio. Let's get it, baby. Trident's up. First pitch to Julio Rodriguez. Takes a strike looking high and away. 0-1 count. Come on, J-Rod. Oh-1 pitch. Fouls that one off right down the middle with a curveball, 79 miles an hour by Povich. Behind in the count, 0-2. Come on, Julio. Julio is the individual that has our only hit up to that point besides Cal with the ground rule double just moments ago. It's got to be more than just Julio and Cal. We need the other role players to step up, and they've been ice cold for the most part, besides maybe J.P. Crawford. Bring up Harry Ford. This is the time. One-two pitch. High and inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Povich to Julio. Bottom of the 4th inning. We're knotted up here still at 0. Cal Raleigh with a ground rule double just moments ago. Runner at second with no outs. 2-2 count from Povich to Julio Rodriguez, who's been very, very hot in May, and hopefully that'll continue here in June. Captain in the building. What's good, brother? In play on the 2-2 pitch, and there it is. Julio singles to center. A nice 2-for-2 day. I like it, baby. Our superstars are holding it down. Nice job by Julio, 2-for-2. Cal Raleigh with the ground rule double. Julio with a single. Now we got runners on the corners, and we need someone better in the 4-hole than Randy Arozarena. I almost wish Luke Raley was healthy. I'd rather have Luke Raley there than Randy, if I'm being honest. Or a guy like Harry Ford, someone else, or maybe bring Cole Young up higher in the order. But let's see what Randy can do. Again, he's been striking out way too much, but has come up with some singles and some key RBIs in the last few games, but again, still very streaky. Most of the time he strikes out a few times a game, and he needs to clean that up. First pitch, right down the middle, fouled off. 0-1 count. I wish Randy knew how to bunt, because this would be a great opportunity for a bunt situation. As long as it's not a strikeout by Randy, but he strikes out more than any player. We used to be the number one strikeout team, for years and years and years, but obviously Seitzer and Edgar Martinez took control of obviously being, the new guys kind of controlling the new hitting aspect and that type of strategy, as well as Ichiro. And you don't really see players strike out anymore besides Randy Arozarena. He's really the only one that strikes out left and right like our guys did last year. We're no longer the number one strikeout team. And I'm thankful for that. Here we go. 0-1 pitch, in play, go. Sack fly, tagged up, and there we go. 1-0 Mariners. There we go, Randy. At least it was deep enough to be able to bring home Cal, tagging up from third to home. 1-0 Mariners. There it is. You got great timing, Captain. Next up, catcher Mitch Garver. Nice sack fly there by Randy Arozarena. I'll take a sack fly over a fucking strikeout any day. Yes, sir. Captain, you got great timing, my guy. Let's go. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. Help us get to 50 likes or more on the stream. We're almost there. A few more to go. 20 to go. And we're still looking for our first dono on our dono train. First pitch to Mitch Garver. Low and at the knees. Curveball, 80 miles an hour, 1-0 count. Povich on the mound. And Mitch Garver in the box. In play, and of course Garver grounds out into the double play, and we are out of the inning. But with that being said, you don't expect a whole lot out of Garver or Solano, in the 5-hole and the 7-hole. You hope for maybe one hit out of 4 at-bats, unless they get someone to pinch hit for them later in the game. And then you hope that they get walked once. So if Garver can get one hit, Solano can get one hit, and they both get walked once, essentially that's going like 2 for 4. And for those guys, they're not very good. They're fucking terrible. They shouldn't even be on the team, right? And again, you got to be able to make the most out of every situation. And thankfully, Randy didn't strike out, before that double play happened. Otherwise, we would have left it stranded and got nothing. Awesome that we actually got on the board. And I know it's only 1-0, but that's a lot better than being at 0-0 or down 1-0. Facts. Here we go. Captain getting us on the board. Yes, sir. Stacks on stacks. Racks on racks with a little Cactus Jack. Bang, bang. Appreciate you. Let me know what you want to do photo-wise. I got a few new photos that I sprinkled in. I got a new one for Cal, and obviously he came up big. I got a new one for Julio. He obviously has come up big. A new one for Randy, and it looks like my thought process has worked. So sometimes you need to be able to get some new ones, for our studs, and I like what we're doing so far. End of the 4th inning, 1-0 Mariners with a sac fly by Randy, and Cal tagged up from third to go home. 1-0 Seattle. Tridents up. And let's see who's up next here in the top of the 5th for the Orioles. We're going to win today, and we're going to win tomorrow. Just like we did in the Twins series. We dropped game 1, and it fucking sucked. Just like yesterday with Colin Snyder, right? Idiot. Shouldn't even be on the team. And then we found a way to win games 2 and 3 against Minnesota. We're going to do the same against Baltimore. Next up, 0 for 1, center fielder Colton Cowser. Batting second, 0 for 1 with a K, first baseman Kobe Mayo. And batting third, 0 for 1, right fielder Heston Kjerstad. And we got Brian Wu on the mound tomorrow. And it's not a guaranteed win every time Wu is on the mound, especially, as of late, like when he and Leo Rivas had those 2 errors in the first inning and we ended up losing 2-1 to the Stros. That's not going to happen again. And again, that was just kind of a fluky game where Wu lost. But if Wu goes 6-7 innings, good night. It'll be lights out for Baltimore tomorrow. First pitch from Hancock to Cowser, and Hancock has been wheeling and dealing, looking great. He is so much better than Miller or Kirby. Same thing with Logan Evans. 2-0 pitch. High and away. 3-0 count. This looks like it's going to be a walk. 3-0 pitch, and that is a 4-pitch walk, which is rare for Emerson Hancock. Cowser to first, and now this gives us an opportunity for a dribbler right up the middle to Cole Young or J.P. Crawford and a throw to Donovan Solano for a double play. They just got a double play with Garver. Now it's our time to get the double play back. Let's go. Trident's up. Well, he doesn't have too many. This was a relatively newer one, and then I had this one. And then there's a few other ones that I have. First pitch fouled off by Mayo, 0-1 count. I got to wait for the photographers to take a few more since he's only played in a few games. But I got a few here. Interview photo. And then obviously this one, and then this one. That's the newest one. And then I'll look to see if there's anything else new that's dropped. 0-1 pitch, low and away, slider, 1 ball and 1 strike from Hancock to Mayo. And Emerson is pitching a one-hitter. And again, let's bring Logan Evans up and let's bring Harry Ford up, baby. Stand with Ukraine in the building. What's good? Top of the 5th inning. 1-0 Mariners. Runner at first with 1 out. In play. And Mayo flies out to center. Julio Rodriguez is there. 1 away. Next up is right fielder Heston Kjerstad. Yeah, so right now, based off the in play, and there it is, baby, double play. We had to wait 1 batter, but if they're going to get a double play with Garver, we're going to get it right back, and we did. ESP is on. Let's go, baby. Hell yeah, let's go to the bottom of the 5th. You're going to get a double play on us. We're going to get it right back. And you have to think of that mentality. Anytime they get a guy at first with a walk or a single, and it's only 1 out or no outs, got to get that double play. And then if you get that double play, that Uncle Mo and that momentum starts to come around. Let's go. But as far as the injury report is concerned, Taylor Dollard is on the 7-day IL, due back either today or tomorrow. Trent Thornton, in the bullpen, who stinks, who gave up 4 or 5 home runs in the first 15 games, is due back in about 2 days. But he can stay on the IL for the rest of his life or be cut. And Cade Marlowe is due back, left fielder, June 7th. George Kirby is day-to-day after getting that line drive and hit in the nose and the mouth. And Logan Gilbert is due back 5 days from now. So he's about a week away. And that's really the most significant piece that's on the IL right now. Yeah, but, regardless if Snyder has an injury or doesn't have an injury, he just plain sucks, like Legomina. So why did they have Legomina? It's like if guys are giving up 6 or 7 runs, right, like we saw with Legomina and Snyder, right, and then Snyder did it again. Legomina did it once, and he got cut, right, and sent to AAA. Like, why did Snyder stay on the team? And I know we have to have a certain amount of spots, and you can only have so many guys there, but why not cut him or send him to AAA and then bring up Logan Evans and then move him into the pen? At least that way that we have another guy that we can trust, regardless if it's a starter, because I don't trust George Kirby or Bryce Miller to start, or even those guys in the pen, but again, having, Miller or Kirby in the pen would still be better than, some of these other guys like Trent Thornton or Colin Snyder. Just saying, you got to think outside the box sometimes. Bottom of the 5th inning. Let's see who's up next here for the Mariners. Next up for the Mariners, Dylan Moore. Batting second, Donovan Solano. Batting third, Cole Young. Let's go, Demo. First pitch, high and away. Big swing and a miss from Povich to Demo. 0-1 count. And it is 1-0, so I don't know why that hasn't let me. I got to refresh it here. Hold on a second. My other ESPN is good. So 1 sec here. Let me go here. Let me go here. Give me 1 sec. All right, here we go. Now it's good. Sometimes things need to be refreshed. You can't count on ESPN. MLB.com, a little bit more reliable, but even, their stuff once in a while needs to be refreshed. Or, you got guys, employees that are supposed to work each pitch that, take a break or whatever. Pitch fouled off by Demo. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Povich to Dylan Moore. Yeah, but it doesn't look like you have Snyder on the injury list. Only the guys that I mentioned are on there. But I don't trust Bryce Miller and I don't trust George Kirby. But George did do a lot better than he did in his first 2 starts before he got line drived in the mouth. And 1-2 pitch. Demo strikes out swinging. 1 away. Come on, Demo. Next up for the Mariners, first baseman Donovan Solano, and we hope that he can get at least 1 hit or he gets walked here. First pitch, takes a strike looking right down the middle, 0-1 count. We're at 10, 90 to go. And we're at 35, 15 more likes to hit the goal. 0-1 pitch. Fouled off right down the middle. Behind in the count now 0-2 from Povich to Solano. Come on, Solano. Like, there should be no reason that we have Solano and Garver in the lineup together at all. There's like 2 spots that that are going to give you pretty much nothing every game. That would be much better if we had Harry Ford and Luke Raley once he comes back healthy. Hell, even Leo Rivas, who got sent down to AAA, would be better than Garver or Solano. Got to start calling up more guys from AAA. Because again, if guys are not going to be able to hit or play D, you might as well bring up some guys. And we know that Cole Young, obviously, he's not a hitting machine yet. Obviously got a hit in his MLB debut, but hasn't really found the rhythm just yet. But I still would rather have a young and up-and-coming player rather than some old fart that we already know what they're going to do. Absolutely nothing. Right? A guy that we shouldn't have even signed in Garver or Solano. That's just wasted money that we could have used for bullpen pitchers or starters that we could have got from other, other teams and transitioned them into the pen to give us a better bullpen. Facts. 2-2 pitch. Fouled off. 3 balls and 2 strikes from Povich to Solano. Come on, Donovan. Find a way. Monkey Kung Fu is back, baby. Appreciate you. $10 holla. Stacks on stacks, racks on racks with a little Cactus Jack bang bang. Monkey is back. Newly modded up. Swaggy as ever. Appreciate you, my guy. Raul Ibanez, one of my favorites. Just like a John Olerud, may not be like the most popular player at the time. In play, grounded out to second, throw to first, 2 away. But I always loved what Raul brought to the team. Just like, Kyle Seager, another guy that played in the Felix Hernandez era. We had Felix as a pitcher, but we didn't really have anybody else besides Seager. And I really wish that Felix and Seager were on this team. If they, were somehow in some kind of other universe that those 2 guys could actually be on a team that was good. Never really got to experience being on a good team. And Cole Young, first pitch, flied out to center, and that is the end of the Mariners in the end of the 5th inning. Let's go to the top of the 6th. Let's see if we can get some Raul Ibanez, baby. We need Cole to be a little bit more patient in the box. And I never really was a big Robinson Cano guy from the Yankees, but I did like Nelson Cruz. So I guess everyone's got, certain guys, that only played on the team for a little bit, or like a Richie Sexson. We always have these kind of obscure, lower name guys, or maybe big name guys, like Robinson Cano, who was good because he had a bunch of great players around him. But then when he came to Seattle, didn't really, I think, live up to the contract. And, again, sometimes, you overpay for a guy, and that's exactly what they did in that particular situation. See, that one's too blurry. That Raul is not to the standard. Let's see if we can find one that actually will not be blurry here. I've already looked up quite a few, and none of them are converting, unfortunately, yet, but I'll hopefully be able to find something. Just got to wait to see if they convert or not. That's what happens when they're kind of older players and whatnot. Next up, from Hancock to Dylan Carlson. Takes a strike looking, 0-1 count. Good old Raul. Oh, 1 pitch, fouled off, high and away, behind the count now 0-2 to Dylan Carlson. Let's go, Emerson. 0-2 pitch, low and away with that slider. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Hancock to Carlson. 1-2 pitch, high and away, four-seam fastball, 93 miles an hour. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Hancock to Carlson. Raul looking clean in those Northwest greens, baby. And Raul always had a great attitude, like Eugenio Suarez, good vibes only. Another player that I really miss, that I wish that was on the team still. It's not just about what they do on the field, it's how they act, off the field, with teammates, with coaches, with the press. Are they a good human being, on and off the field? And, there's certain guys that check off those boxes, but not a lot. 2-2 pitch, fouled off. And 2-2 pitch, Carlson lines out to Randy Arozarena. There we go, 1 away. Yeah, Colin is still a part of the team, to my knowledge, which is crazy. I'm gonna I follow everything Mariners in the minors, Mariners PR. So let me go to Mariners PR and double check to see if there's any late moves that they made. Obviously, all-star voting. And yeah, so it looks like 2 hours ago, and I don't know if this is true, but they bring in Legumina back up, and then Snyder is on the 15-day IL, even though they haven't put it on ESPN or MLB, but through Mariners PR. So that'll mean that tomorrow, the Snyder, it'll show up tomorrow morning on there. But they say he's got a right forearm flexor strain, but regardless if he's injured or not, he fucking stinks. So at least we won't have to see Snyder anytime soon. So looks like they've updated it on Mariners PR, but they haven't updated it on like MLB or ESPN, but they will tomorrow morning. It'll be on there. So thank God, no more Colin Snyder. That guy is Bootios. 2-1 pitch, low and away. 3 balls and 1 strike from Hancock to Holiday. 3-1 pitch, and takes a strike looking outside of the zone. That should have been ball 4, but we get a strike call by the ump. Ump has been giving us a couple calls here. Hancock, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Count is full with 1 out and nobody on. Top of the 6th inning. And Emerson is pitching a 1-hitter. Much better than Bryce Miller or George Kirby. Bring up Logan Evans. Fuck Legumina. Bring up Logan Evans. He can be starter or in the pen. Like, why bring Legumina back? He fucking stinks too. He's just like Colin Snyder. He was at a point where we thought maybe he could be a top 3 guy with Brash and Spire. But he hasn't been good lately, and Kowar probably took his spot now. So now Legumina is probably our 4th, 5th, or 6th best, but I don't trust him. I would have rather brought up Logan Evans than him. Fuck Legumina. Fuck fucking Snyder, too. And Holiday strikes out swinging. 2 away. Emerson wheeling and dealing, baby. Jackson Holiday, see ya. 2 away. Next up, catcher, former first-round pick, Oregon State Beaver, Adley Rushman. Let's go, Emerson. Yeah, I've been streaming the game, so there was rumors that was going to happen, but I didn't know if they were going to pull the trigger. I would have pulled the trigger this morning. Why did they wait till just 2 hours ago? Like when the game started or right before the game started. First thing, in the morning or late last night, they should have already just sent him to AAA. Injury or not. First pitch, low and at the knees, 1-0 count to Adley. 1-0 pitch, right down the middle, fouled off by Adley Rushman. 1 ball and 1 strike with nobody on and 2 outs. Emerson Hancock is a fucking G. And again, he was a former first-round pick from Georgia. Gave up 6 runs in his first start, right? Got pulled out of the game, had an ERA of 81, right? And then got sent down to AAA, felt shitty about himself, and then now has, got himself back to this position. But just here, Adley Rushman, goddamn you, back, see ya! And he ties the game up, but we have to be thankful. Right now, he was pitching a 1-hitter, and that's the first run that he gave up. So I'm okay with that. We're tied up at 1. You knew the Orioles at some point were going to get a run or 2, but luckily it wasn't a 2-run jack, 3-run jack, or a grand salami. It was just a matter of time. Unfortunate, because he was pitching a 1-hitter. I still think that he's much better than Bryce and better than Kirby. Just Adley Rushman is just a good fucking player. Nice job by Adley. I'm not going to be a hater. He crushed the fuck out of that baseball, but that's it. No more for you. Next up, shortstop Gunnar Henderson, and hopefully we get Gunnar out, and we'll be able to get another run and take the lead here in the 7th or in the bottom of the 6th. Judah in the building. What's good? Well, it's not often a guy like Emerson Hancock, who was considered our worst guy, in our starting lineup, with a 1-hitter in the 6th. George Kirby and Bryce Miller could only dream of pitching that good this year. Let's be real. Logan Evans could do it. Hancock, Castillo, Wu, Gilbert, but not Miller and not Kirby. So, shit happens. I still like Emerson, and again, we have to be very blessed that we have him and hopefully Logan Evans soon. And down goes Emerson Hancock. They're going to pull him. I don't think they really need to pull him here. I mean, the motherfucker gave up a 1 hit. 1 in 6 fucking innings. Come on. I mean, even Wu and Castillo might not be able to do that, or Gilbert. It's just unfortunate that that 1 hit after the first one ended up being a homer to tie it up. But again, it's 1-1. I mean, again, you can't win a lot of games in MLB scoring fucking 1 or 2, or let alone 3. So I think Emerson Hancock still will get a nice round of applause by me and everyone else. I don't think anybody expected that. And hopefully we don't give up another one, because now if we bring in, we're bringing in Gabe Spire. I was about to say, don't bring in Bizzardo, but now Gabe Spire can come in and throw 1 pitch, and Gunnar can homer, and then we could be down 2-1. And then what are we going to say? That we should have probably left Emerson in. So hopefully that doesn't happen. But Gabe Spire sometimes is good, but also other times has been a little shaky. So. There's Yankee photos of Raul, but we don't want to bring up those. Top of the 6th inning with nobody on and 2 outs. Gabe Spire coming in. Still not. See, that's too blurry for my liking. Not sharp enough. These images need to be better. First pitch, takes a strike looking, 0-1 count. Oh, 1 pitch, takes another strike looking, 0-2 count. Oh, he's got him. And got him. There we go. Nice job. That's the good Gabe Spire, and that's the one that we fucking need. Nice job, Gabe. Thankfully, he doesn't give up a home run there. and we get out of the inning. I still think we would have got out of the inning with Emerson. It's not like he would have been emotionally fucking damaged by giving up one fucking homer, and that was only his second hit of the fucking game. But again, nice job by Gabe Spire. Gabe now is definitely the number 2 guy behind Matt Brash. Nice job, Gabe. You did your job. All right, let's see who's up next here in the bottom of the 6th inning for the Mariners. Next up for the Mariners, 0 for 1, third baseman Ben Williamson. And you got to have more than one fucking at-bat by the 6th inning. That's when you know that, it hasn't really been a good day. When you're in the 6th inning and your 9-hole hitter has only had one fucking at-bat. You need to be able to get more hits. Let's go. Batting second, 0 for 2, shortstop, J.P. Crawford. Let's go, J.P. And batting third, 1 for 2 with a run in the K, DHing, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Let's go. See if I can find any of these goddamn Raul Ibanez's that aren't fucking blurry. See, all of them are too blurry. The resolution on them are too low, and anytime it's an old school player, you need to have a player maybe more current. If I can get this auto of Raul to come up, see if this one actually comes up at all. First pitch, low and at the knees from Povich to Williamson, 1-0 count. Raul, a little scribbly for his auto. STL with a tour. 1-0 pitch, fouled off. 1 ball and 1 strike to Big Ben Williamson. Let's go, Big Ben. Bottom of the 6th inning, we're knotted up at 1. 1-1 pitch, low and at the knees. 2 balls and 1 strike from Povich to Big Ben. STL with the tour. Stacks on stacks, racks on racks, a little cactus jack. Bang, bang. And if there's another player that you want to be able to see, Monkey, let me know. STL, let me know. Judah in the building, what's good? Two-two pitch, low and at the knees. Count now is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Ben Williamson. Come on now. Bottom of the 6th inning, we're knotted up at 1. Povich on the mound, Williamson in the box. 2-2 pitch, fouled off, high and away. Count now is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes from Povich to Williamson. We got to grind it out. We have to find a way to win this game. We got Brian Wu on the bump tomorrow, which I know we can win that. Three-two pitch, fouled off again. Bottom of the 6th, knotted up at 1. And there we go. Nice job by Big Ben, forcing the walk. There we go. Oh, he actually got hit by that pitch. Go to first, my man, as long as you're not hurt. And there's not a whole lot out of Kaysen, but I found that one. There's not a whole lot that fits the screen, but at least I was able to find at least something there. a lot of the stuff for obscure players or, old school players or college players, there's not going to be too much. But I appreciate y'all. First pitch to J.P. Crawford with a runner at first. 1-0 count. And Povich is losing his control. And this is exactly what we need to see here in the sixth inning. We have a good opportunity to take the lead this inning. 1-0 pitch. High and away. 2-0 count from Povich to JP. This is the inning, baby. Let's go. Get on base, JP. 2-0 pitch. There it is. 3-0 count. He's losing all control. And if the Orioles were smart, they would pull him. But they have to wait to see if JP gets on board with a walk, which he will, unless he ends up getting a single. And then if you the golden rule, when you have a pitcher, if you got runners at first and second based off walks or hits and you have no outs, you got to pull them, because if you don't and you wait for that next batter, then that big play will more than likely happen, and then you'll be down 2-1, 3-1, and at that point, Baltimore probably won't come back. So we'll see what happens. But for the Mariners' standpoint, we want Povich to stay out there as long as he possibly can before they pull him, so that way we can take a 2-1 or 3-1 lead before they pull him. And there it is, another walk. You got one guy that got plunked, Big Ben, but he's okay. JP with a walk. Now you got runners at first and second and no outs. Let's see if the Orioles are smart or stupid. Next up, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. With one swing, the game could be over. You could get a 3-run jack right here, and we could be up 4-1, and it'll be good night. Let's go, Cal. Looks like they're going to be smart and pull them. All right, so Williamson got plunked, JP got walked, and now you got Cal Raleigh. And if the Orioles were smart, they would, make that proper substitution. If they're stupid, then they'll keep him in, and Cal will make them pay. But it looks like they're going to keep him in. Wow. Okay, let's make them pay. Bottom of the sixth inning, runners at first and second with no outs. First pitch, takes a strike looking, 0-1 count. I can't believe they pulled him or didn't pull him there. Go, Cal. You know what to do. Trident's up. Let's get it. 0-1 pitch, low and away with the curveball. 1 ball and 1 strike from Povich to Raleigh. Make him pay for this decision. We're at 40. 10 more likes before the stream ends. We can do that. Bottom of the sixth, runners at first and second with no outs. We're tied up at 1 in a pitcher's duel. Povich and Emerson Hancock, and he had a one-hitter and gave up a solo jack to Adley Rushman. They pulled him, brought out Gabe Spire, and he mowed him down. And again, I still feel very confident that we can win this. Come on, Cal. Here we go, baby. 1-1 pitch, Cal Raleigh. You know what it is. He's the best catcher in the fucking game. Go, go, go. And there it is. Mariners up 2-1, baby. Oh, he gets called out at second, but that's all right. Cal was really trying to, turn a single into a double and got thrown out, but who cares? We still ended up getting the run, and that's exactly what mattered most. Nice job by Cal. And now they're down 2-1. And if they would have pulled Povich, like when we pulled Hancock for Gabe, maybe the game would still be 1-1. But again, good for us, bad for them. Next up, center fielder Julio Rodriguez. 2-1 Mariners with a runner at third with only 1 out. And Julio can get an RBI and go 3 for 3 and make it 3-1. Let's go. Let's go, J-Rod. Trident's up. And now Povich leaves. See, like, again, you have to be able to pull the trigger with runners at first and second or second and third with no outs in the fifth or the sixth. If you don't, you will get burned 9 times out of 10 by that next guy or the guy after. Thankfully, they were dumb. They even had a mound visit and still didn't pull. It's like Cal Raleigh is one of the best players in the game, with right now Shohei Ohtani and Aaron Judge. That was not a smart decision by them. But again, they already won game 1, so they probably think they're playing with house money. But we definitely needed Julio and Cal to be big today, and both have been. 2-1 Mariners, and Julio can go 3 for 3 in this next at-bat if he connects. And who are they going to bring in? They're going to bring in Cano. Cano's got an ERA of 4.74. Julio can get a hit off him. Let's go, baby. Let them know all day. Let's go, M's. Trident's up. Let's go, Julio. Had a fantastic May. Let's have a great June. Let's go. Best case scenario, Julio hits a 2-run jack, but we don't even need that. An RBI single will be just fine. Julio, and sliding home, and safe. Yes, yes. Uh-oh, but we have an injury at home. Uh-oh. Ali Rushman says he's out. And they're going to review this. Wow. And I hope JP is okay. But Julio with a little dribbler, JP sliding in there, and Adley makes a good tag, but let's look. He's safe. He's safe, baby. That's 3-1, baby. Told y'all we're winning this game, and we're going to win tomorrow with Woo. Just like in the Twins series, we dropped game 1, we're winning game 2, and the rubber match tomorrow in game 3. Let's go, M's. Fuck that review. He's safe. Nice job by JP, baby. He's in. Just barely, but he made it. His toe got in at home in the nick of time. Oh, wow, they said he's out? No fucking way. No way. No. No. You got to be kidding me. No fucking way. No fucking way. If it's a bang-bang play, it's supposed to, like, Ty's supposed to go to the runner, right? If the throw goes to first, I don't know about that. I thought to me, that looked like he was safe, but we'll see if that ends up coming to bite us or not. Next up is Randy Arozarena. You got to be fucking shitting me. What kind of call is that? Yeah, JP's okay. I didn't know if his ankle got kind of rolled up on there when he slid into home, but it was a bang-bang play, very close, but I can't believe that they overturned that call. Unbelievable. 1-1 pitch. Low and at the knees. 2 balls and 1 strike to Randy Arozarena. And Julio steals second. Hopefully we can find a way, but I can't believe they overturned that. Unbelievable. JP is okay, but they overturned the call at home after Julio hit a little dribbler up the middle. And if Julio was able to get it out of the infield, then there wouldn't have been a question, but he didn't hit it hard enough. Unfortunate. Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite us. I don't think it will. 2-1 pitch. Takes a strike looking right there on the line. 2 balls and 2 strikes with a runner at second, Julio Rodriguez, and 2 outs. Cano on the mound, Randy Arozarena in the box. Come on, Randy. Randy strikes out left and right, and he takes a strike looking and gets punched out again. Unreliable. Randy should no longer be our 4-hole, cleanup hitter, period. Guy strikes out way too much. Should move Cole Young to the 2-hole and put Cal in the cleanup spot, and then that's the end of the inning. Randy is so fucking unreliable. He strikes out way too much, swinging and looking. Can't count on him for shit. Can't believe we got robbed on that call. But at least we still have a 1-run lead, but we should have a 2-run lead. Brutal. All right, let's see who's up next here for the Orioles. Next up, 0 for 2 with a K, DHing Ryan O'Hearn. Batting second, 0 for 2 with a K, third baseman Ramon Urias. And batting third, 0 for 1 with a base on ball, center fielder Colton Cowser. Let's go Mariners. Florida State. Florida State, baby. Seminoles. But he's from North Carolina. That's where he played his high school ball. That's where most people remember him from. Smoky Mountain High School in Silva, North Carolina, baby. But I'll be honest, most people don't even remember him. I mean, unless you watch a lot of college baseball, like obviously a few people in the chat, there's not a lot, but like STL watches a lot of college baseball. But other than him, there's not a whole lot of people that were really following Cal Raleigh at that, given time. That was back quite a long time ago, like 2016 to 2018-ish. So, top of the 7th inning, 2-1 Mariners. Should be fucking 3-1. 0-2 pitch, low and at the knees. Gabe Spire is still in there, which is good. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Spire to O'Hearn. But I guarantee if you asked most Mariner fans, where did Cal go? I would think 99% would not know, because they didn't follow him at that time. They knew maybe that they've heard, he's from North Carolina or, the Carolinas, but most people do not know where he went because, it wasn't really a thing, to follow that player, before he actually came to the Mariners. Unless you're like STL and follow college baseball as much as the MLB. 2-2 pitch, fouled off high and inside from Ryan O'Hearn from Gabe Spire. Come on, Gabe. Top of the 7th inning, 2-1 Mariners. Come on, Gabe. O'Hearn in the box, Gabe Spire on the mound. That's a very hard question. And again, you could get like the most hardcore Mariner fans that have been fans for 20, 30, 40, 50 years that would get that wrong. 100%. Most people, I would say 99% people don't know. Even the most hardcore Mariner fans have no idea. And it's not like the Mariner broadcast or MLB talk about it. They never bring it up. Like, I don't think I've ever even seen a program where they've actually brought up that he went to FSU. One away. Down goes O'Hearn. More people know that he's from North Carolina than they do that, you know, that he actually went to FSU for the Seminoles. Facts. Next up for Gabe Spire with one away in the top of the seventh, third baseman Ramon Urias. Let's go, Gabe. First pitch, takes a strike looking right down the middle, 0-1 count. 0-1 pitch, high and inside with a four-seam fastball. 1 ball and 1 strike from Spire to Urias. One pitch, high and away with the sinker. 2 balls and 1 strike from Spire to Urias. Let's go, Mariners. I want to see if we can get to 4 before this game is up. 5 more likes to get to 50. Let's go. And we're at 22. 78 to go to hit the goal. 2-1 pitch. Low and away. 3 balls and 1 strike from Spire to Urias. It feels like a walk. 3-1 pitch. And outside, and that is a walk. Ramon to first. Now we need a double play here by center fielder Colton Cowser. Slow dribbler right up the middle to JP or Cole Young, and a throw to first to Donovan Solano to get out of the inning. Yeah, I mean, obviously a staple for your team. I mean, one thing that, you know, us Mariner fans here in the Pacific Northwest and, you know, pretty much everywhere have noticed, he's a very streaky player. You know, he tries to have a good attitude most of the time, which is good, but a little lazy in left field. He doesn't hustle, you know, every single play. And again, he strikes out way too much. And again, you know, I don't know if he thinks he's Julio, but to me, Victor Robles is better than Randy Arozarena by a mile. It's not even close, but I am happy that Randy is on the team, but he definitely has been struggling a little bit in 2025 for us. First pitch, high and inside to Cowser, 1-0 count. 1-0 pitch, fouled off right down the middle, 1 ball and 1 strike from Spire to Cowser. Yeah, the Brady one, that's too easy. Everyone knows that. 1-1 pitch, takes a strike looking right down the middle, 1 ball and 2 strikes from Spire to Cowser. 1-2 pitch. Low and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Spire to Cowser. 2-2 pitch. And that is strike 3 outside of the zone. Bad call by that ump, giving Gabe Spire the benefit of the doubt, but that should have not been the punch out. That should have been a ball. Just keeping it honest and real. Cowser strikes out looking, 2 away. The Cal Raleigh one wasn't even a level 9. That's a level, like, fucking, you know, out of scale 1 to 10, that's a 10. There's no way people are going to know that fucking question. You could ask 100 Mariner fans and maybe 100 would get it wrong, you know, unless they cheated and, you know, went on Google, Bing, Yahoo, or whatever search engine, or, you know, or if they look up, you know, through their baseball cards, and if they have a Cal Raleigh, flip it on the back and look at it. But there's no way that most people would know that. Top of the 7th, 2-1 Seattle with a runner at first. Next up, Kobe Mayo. Funny thing is that the Mariners have actually got the benefit of the doubt. We've actually gotten more calls for maybe the very first time in any game this season where the Orioles have been screwed over a few times today. I have to keep it a buck. I have to keep it 100. Normally we get fucked over, majorly by the umps. But today the Orioles have been the team that have, kind of got screwed over. Not to the point where, we've been able to get a home run off something or a big RBI off something. But, there has been a couple, I would say probably 3 or 4 calls that have gone for the Mariners that should have gone to the Baltimore Orioles. I have to keep it real, but again, it really hasn't gotten to the point where, it was going to decide the game. But again, I think, Orioles have gotten a couple calls that maybe they shouldn't have, but the Mariners have had like 3 or 4, at least maybe 3 more, than what they've gotten today. So, but it hasn't been, one of those games where you're like, oh my God, this ump is fucking terrible, where you get 3, 4 bad calls in an at bat, rather than 3 or 4 in a, 7 innings. But right now it's the top of the 7th with 2 outs with the runner at first. We need a strikeout, pop up, ground out, or a force out at second. And Gabe Spire is making his exit, and they're bringing in Carlos Vargas. I don't really trust Carlos either, even though he's got an ERA of 2.79. I just don't trust him. He's really fucking wild. When he's good, he's going to get the punch out. But again, he's really wild. He might end up getting a couple hits or a walk before, the out ends up happening. But hopefully he can get us out of this inning. I don't trust Vargas whatsoever. Apparently the Mariners do, but I don't. And just like I said, first pitch low and at the knees, 1-0 count. Guy can't hit the fucking strike zone. He tries to throw through the hitters, but he has no fucking control. It's always inside or outside of the box. 1-0 pitch, high and inside, 2-0 count. Terrible. This is going to be a walk. 2-0 pitch, high and away. Should have been a strike, called ball. Maybe a makeup call. 3 balls and no strikes from Vargas to Mayo. And there it is, 4-pitch walk. My ESP is on point, man. I know when guys are good and when guys aren't. And, I don't give a shit if his ERA says fucking 2.79. You might as well have it say fucking 22.79. Motherfucker is unreliable. Get his ass out of there. Should have kept Gabe Spire in there. Now he got runners at first and second with 2 outs. You better get out of this. We don't want to lose. And I wouldn't be happy with fucking with Bizzardo coming in either. He's not reliable either. He sucks. First pitch from Vargas to Kjerstad on the line, takes the strike looking, 0-1 count. I mean, when you watch a guy as often, and it's like me, and a lot of us that are watching the game together, I don't get to turn the game off when we're down by fucking 10 runs. So I get to watch every single pitch of every single out of every single fucking game. And, some guys, are the real deal and others are a kind of a fugazi, fake, where you might got a good ERA, but I don't trust you worth anything. 0-1 pitch, takes the strike swinging, getting Kjerstad to bite, behind in the count 0-2. And hopefully this will be the batter that Vargas gets to chase and we can get him out here. Yeah, but also, Judah, you have to understand how many people are in the room are even old enough to know who that is. You probably only have a couple people in the room that actually watched him or know of him. And there it is. Vargas, you motherfucker, in play. Triples to right. 3-2 Orioles. I've told you, man. Again, I know baseball. I'm not going to get every single fucking prediction right, but how are you going to give up a goddamn triple to Kjerstad? Unfucking believable. Jesus Christ. Bringing in 2 runs. And nobody's going to get that besides you because it's University of Massachusetts Amherst. And even if you're the biggest Dr. J fan, nobody's going to know that fucking answer. That one is just as equally as hard as the Cal Raleigh, maybe harder. And the only people that would know that are people that live in the Northeast or even super fans of Dr. J may not even know that one. Good job, Vargas, you fucking bitch. 0-1 pitch, takes a strike looking, behind in the count now 0-2. And even if he gets this batter out, you fucked us. And if we end up losing this game, it's going to be because of goddamn Vargas. Cut that motherfucker also. Top of the 7th, runner at third with 2 outs. Orioles 3, Mariners 2. Motherfucker, Vargas. Just like goddamn Legomina and Snyder, all these motherfuckers are terrible. Bring back Logan Evans and have him pitch in the pen. Jesus Christ. One-two pitch. High and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes from... Why do they continuously keep thinking that this guy's good? Vargas is not fucking Matt Brash. Or Spire, for that matter. Fuck, man. And they let this motherfucker pitch more than 1 inning a lot of times. They think he's like some kind of young blood. Motherfucker is not Felix Hernandez. Stop trying to act like he's the Felix Hernandez of the bullpen. Motherfucker isn't. He sucks. 2-2 pitch. Low and at the knees. Count now is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And again, if we can't get down by more than 1 run, if we get down by more than 1, this one might be over. And we finally get out of the inning, but the damage is done when we were up 2-1, and you let Kerstad get a fucking triple? You goddamn bastard. I think the Dr. J one's even harder, though. The Cal one is extremely hard. That's a 10 out of 10. The Dr. J might be an 11 out of 10. You got to think, how many people even know who Dr. J is, watched him play? You know, even if you're over 40, you're probably not going to know that. Even if you're the biggest, NBA, head out there, you still are not going to know that. But again, the only people that are going to know that are people that live in the Northeast, like yourself, or even super fans of the Sixers would probably not even know that. Just like the Cal Raleigh question, even super fans of Cal and the Mariners are not going to know that he went to Florida State because they just, college baseball and the MLB don't really go hand in hand like college football and the NFL. And again, in the broadcast, they don't really talk about the colleges that baseball players, went to. It's very rare where you see a broadcast actually bring up, hey, this guy went to Florida State. Like, I've watched, hundreds of games, and I don't think they've mentioned Cal Raleigh going to Florida State fucking once. So, just saying. All right, we're in the bottom of the 7th inning, and now we got to clean up the mess that Vargas made. And if you notice, I don't bring up Vargas's photo. I don't bring up fucking Snyder's photo either because they're not worthy of one. Goddamn bitch. Next up, 0 for 2, catcher Mitch Garver. Motherfucker needs to go to the pen as well and get his ass to AAA and bring up Harry Ford. Batting second on deck, 0 for 2 with 2 Ks, right fielder Dylan Moore. And batting third, 0 for 2 with a K, first baseman Donovan Solano. Got to bring in Rowdy Tellez here. We actually have a lot of people, young and middle-aged and, over 40, over 50. I mean, the oldest people on the channel are, in the 80 to 90 range. Youngest are going to be, 10 to 19, but again, it goes all the way up to 80 to 90 years old. And, it's a wide variety there, so. (13 to 17 years old, 0.2%. 18 to 24 years old, 11.4. 25 to 34, which is number 1, 24.7%, about 25% of the viewers. 35 to 44 is 22.9, that's number 2. 45 to 54, 15.5, which is 3. 55 to 64 is 14.7, which is 4, and 65 and over is 10.6%. So, we got a wide variety of ages that follow this channel. First pitch to Garver, makes a strike swinging, high and inside, 0-1 count. 0-1 pitch, low and away with a sweeper, 86 miles an hour by Dominguez. 1 ball and 1 strike to Mitch Garver. 1-1 pitch, sweeper, high and away. 2 balls and 1 strike from Dominguez to Garver. Come on, Mitch. 2-1 pitch. Takes a strike looking low and in the zone at the knees. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Dominguez to Garver. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. The goal is 50 or more. So if you are in the room and haven't done it yet, please do. Help your boy out. It's really good for the metrics and the algorithm, and we've been able to get to 50 or more for 2 to 3 weeks straight. So in play on the 2-2 pitch, grounds out to the shortstop, throw to first, 1 away. Garver is pathetic. Let's bring up Harry Ford. And pinch hitting for Dylan Moore, Jorge Polanco, who hasn't been very good, but maybe he can come up big in this situation. Come on, Polo. We need you, baby. And then hopefully we have Rowdy Tellez up next, which I believe we will. Rowdy will pinch hit for Solano. And if they don't, they're fucking stupid. But hopefully Polo and Rowdy can help us here. First pitch, low and at the knees, 1-0 count. Come on, Polo. I mean, Dr. J was the superstar before, Magic and Bird and Jordan, before they really got, their recognition. But, that was one of the main, guys back in the day. They had a 2-0 lead on the Blazers back in 77, and everyone thought the Sixers were going to win the championship. And the Blazers with Bill Walton won 4 straight with Maurice Lucas, the enforcer, and Bill Walton. And again, it proves that, even if you get down 2 games in the finals, at least back in the day, you could still come back. 1-1 pitch, strike swinging, low and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Jorge Polanco, and they do have Rowdy on deck. My ESP is on point. Figured that's what I would do if I was managing the team, and it looks like Dan got the message. Polo, worthless as well, strikes out, 2 away. Motherfuck, man. And the guy that really got us the only run yesterday that was worth a damn, Rowdy Tellez. All right, come on, Rowdy. This is asking a hell of a lot, hitting a home run yesterday and another one today, but something's got to give. Come on, Rowdy. Yeah, I'm not in a complete encyclopedia Britannica, but again, all I do is read and watch film, so I'm not gonna know every single sports fact for baseball, basketball, football, hockey, wrestling, NASCAR, but I do pride myself in being a nerd. And again, that's what I do. Spend time with Paisley, and do a lot of fucking reading and film study, not just for the Mariners, but for the entire MLB, NBA, NHL, NFL, college football, NASCAR, as well as WWE, AEW, and anything wrestling related. First pitch to Rowdy Tellez, low and away, 1-0 count. Come on, Rowdy. 1-0 pitch, takes a strike looking right down the middle. 1 ball and 1 strike to Rowdy Tellez. Come on, Rowdy. Rowdy Piper. 1-1 pitch, big swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Rowdy Tellez. Feels like we're not going to get anything this inning. We're going to have to try to find a way to tie it up in the 8th and win it in the 9th or the 10th. And there it is, strike 3. My ESP is strong, my ESP. I just didn't feel it with Rowdy, and I was right. Down goes Rowdy Tellez, and that is the end of the 7th inning. Colin Snyder obviously is on the IL, but Vargas needs to be sent down to AAA as well. Shows you how big of a mistake it was, for Polo, and even though at the beginning of, year number 2 with us, he was good, but he's fallen off the face of a cliff. Batting 350 to 450. Now he's batting 100 in the last 20 games. Terrible, right? Solano and Garver, Master Boney, they ain't worth a damn. And our bullpen fucking stinks. Again, if we don't really start bringing guys up from AAA like Harry Ford, we're going to end up staying in 2nd place for a good majority of the year, and the Astros are going to leapfrog us like they already have. Thank God Logan Gilbert's going to be back, but he's not going to be back quick enough. We need more hitters, damn it. We need Luke Raley back. Victor Robles back. We're definitely going to be buyers at the trade deadline, you best believe. Next up, 0 for 2 with a base on ball and a K, second baseman Jackson Holiday. Batting second, 1 for 3 with a run and an RBI, catcher Adley Rushman. And batting third, 0 for 3 with 3 Ks, shortstop Gunnar Henderson. Wake up, Mariners. Let's go. Yeah, I don't do any tennis or golf. Back in the day I did like reaction videos to like soccer with like Ronaldo and Messi and rugby, football, basketball, things like that. For like way back in the day. But I mean, every event that I do is calculated, so I have to make sure that it makes sense, for the channel. Because again, I do this full time. I don't do this for fun. I sacrificed a Jordan rookie that's now worth like $30,000 to $40,000, for the equipment for this channel, back in the day. So again, it's like, this is not, just a hobby. This is not something that I'm doing part time. This is full time work. This is my job, my dream, my legacy, and I plan on doing this for the rest of my life. So, I've been doing this now for 13 years. Next year will be 14, and this is my 9th year on YouTube. Next year will be 10. And I remember when I first started, I had a 10-year plan, and I figured by the time I get 10 years on YouTube, hopefully I'm full-time by then. And it's been a long journey. I've had to reinvent myself many, many times, starting from reaction videos to now live play-by-play and reactions for many, many sports. But, this is not something that I do as just, as a joke or just for fun. This is literally everything to me. The two most important things to me in my life are Paisley and this channel. So blood, sweat, and tears. Facts. First pitch to Jackson Holiday from Matt Brash. We'll throw a photo up for him. 0-1 count. 0-1 pitch. Fouled off. Behind in the count now 0-2 from Brash to Holiday. 0-2 pitch, high and away. Four-seam fastball just misses. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Brash to Holiday. Come on, Matt. Let's go, baby. The best guy that we have in the pen. Too bad Matt Brash can't pitch 2 to 3 innings instead of having dumbass Carlos Vargas. 1-2 pitch, low and at the knees. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Brash to Holiday. 2-2 pitch, right down the middle, fouled off with the knuckle curve. 2 balls and 2 strikes in the top of the 8th with the Oriole 3-2 lead. Yeah, that one's super easy. LSU. Anyone that collected basketball cards back in the day, and obviously that's right in my wheelhouse. I was 10 years old when Shaq came in play, and Holiday flies out to left, 1 away. Again, if we ended up doing sports trivia like Jeopardy on this channel, I guarantee that we would win against any other sports channel on YouTube. Not even close. And it wouldn't just be me. I might be the captain, but again, we would have a dream team. Next up is Adley Rushman. First round pick, former Oregon State Beavers. I'm very familiar with him. First pitch, Brash to Rushman. Knuckle curve, takes a strike looking right down the middle, 0-1 count. Oh, 0-1 pitch, fouled off right down the middle, behind in the count 0-2. We were okay with Emerson Hancock. He had a 1-hitter, and then he ended up giving up a solo jack to Rushman, that gave him a 1-run lead. Then we brought in Spire, even though we didn't really need to at that time, and Spire got us out of the inning. But Vargas fucked it all up, giving a triple to fucking Kerstad with guys at first and second. And I hope that we don't lose this game because, again, we could have won this game if we didn't pitch Vargas. And you can definitely tell the bullpen is the weakest link on this team, and it's hurting us dramatically. Hitting hasn't been good, and again, starting pitching besides Kirby and Miller have been pretty lights out. It's just that we can't hit, and the bullpen is terrible. Pitches outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes from Brash to Rushman. Two pitch, fouled off. Slider, 86 miles an hour by Brash. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Brash to Rushman. Bradley in the box. Matt Brash on the mound. Come on, Matt. Too bad we don't have like 3 fucking Matt Brashes. In play. And lined out to center. Julio is there. 2 away. Yeah, well, I mean, right now, after the 9 consecutive series win streak ended, we're averaging 1 to 3 runs a game. When we were winning, all of those series, 9 series in a row, we were averaging 6 runs a game for a month and a half. We don't do that anymore. Now we're averaging 1 to 3, and then every 4th or 5th game, we score 5 to 10. But again, at that point, we may not even win, even if we score 7 or 8, if the other team scores 9 or 10. So. But again, they need to be able to call up Harry Ford, and they need to make some adjustments. 0-1 pitch. Takes a strike looking on the line. Now behind in the count 0-2 to Gunnar Henderson. Top of the 8th inning with 2 outs. Orioles with a 3-2 lead. And in play, lined out to left, Randy Arozarena. And now we have 2 innings left to try to get this going. And again, if you notice also, once the 9 consecutive series win streak ended, we're not doing the things that we did to make us win. We're not bunting at all, right? We're not stealing bags at the rate that we did before. We're not getting plunked. We're not getting walked. We're not getting opportunities. And anytime we end up getting, guys on base, which is pretty rare, we're not able to knock them in. And again, home runs, are far and few between lately too. There we go, baby. 22:78 to go. All right, here we go. We need some heroes. Next up, 0 for 2 with a K. Be patient in the box, Cole. Cole Young. It's a Cole world, baby. I ain't talking J. Cole. Batting second, 0 for 1 with a K. Bunt, motherfucker. Ben Williamson. I know you can play defense. You got to figure it out here. Let's go. And if we can get 1 or 2 guys on, I know JP can do something here. He's 0 for 2 with a walk, but JP can do it. Batting third, shortstop, JP Crawford. Just find a way. Let's go. And right now, we can't even, asking to be able to take the lead in this inning might be too much, but we just have to try to tie it up in the 8th. Because we know if we leave it stranded like we did yesterday in the 8th, we probably aren't going to do it in the 9th. Again, we have to try to tie it up 3-3 and try to win 4-3 in the 9th. Or the 10th, or the 11th, or the 12th. That's going to be the recipe, unless we can get back-to-back-to-back hits, out of Cole Young, Ben Williamson, and JP, which is not impossible, but none of the guys have a hit today, so not ideal. Yeah, we give up a lot in the 8th, the 9th, and the 10th. And again, you're not going to average 6 runs a game the whole season. So you knew at some point we were going to hit a wall. Every team does. Even the Dodgers, the Giants, the Padres, the Cubs, Yankees. Everyone is going to hit a wall at some point. It's just we didn't want to hit the wall so bad like we did, assuming that we were so hot early on. But again, it's about the role players. Everyone cooled off besides Cal and Julio. Polo fell off a cliff. Randy, JP has started to get back. Garver and Solano and Masterboni. Actually, Masterboni is average, but, right now, Solano and Garver aren't worth a damn. And Cole Young and Ben Williamson have been a little cool. They haven't really, given us what we needed at the end of the order. But hopefully that'll change here. Soto with an automatic strike, pitch timer violation for the first pitch there. Sinker, 1 ball and 1 strike from Soto to Young. Come on, Cole. We need something here. Come on now. 1-1 pitch, takes a strike looking, 1 ball and 2 strikes to Cole Young. Come on, Cole. Bottom of the 8th, 3-2 Orioles. And Young strikes out swinging. Come on, Mariner Moose. We need luck. We don't need strikeouts by our guy, Cole Young. One away. Next up, third baseman, Ben Williamson. Come on, Ben. Shows you how important it is to actually drop bunts down and, to think outside the box. We should be bunting 1 to 4 times a game, and it's like we're bunting one time, one attempt every 5 to 10 games. Not going to cut it, especially when you're having problems hitting. You have to think outside the box. And you also have to flip the order up. I would move Cole Young into the 2-hole. I think him hitting after JP and then in front of Julio and Cal would be perfect. And I would take Randy out of the fucking cleanup spot as well. 0-1 pitch, fouled off, right down the middle. Behind in the count now, 0-2 to Ben Williamson. Yeah, it's been a minute for Ben. I mean, we love what he's been doing defensively, but as far as in the box, he started off when he debuted with us hot, but he is cooled off dramatically, not very reliable right now. And I think we all love Ben Williamson, but when he first came up batting 280 to 320, now he's batting 245. 1 homer, 13 ribbies. That ain't going to cut it. And we would rather have him than Polo at third, yes, but again, something's got to give. Cole Young and Ben Williamson need to be productive for us to be productive as the Seattle Mariners, especially, bringing the youth movement up. That way we can bring up Harry Ford. 0-2 pitch, fouled off, low and away. Soto on the mound, Williamson in the box, bottom of the 8th with 1 out. We're down a run. But again, if we were up 2-1 and we didn't bring Vargas in, we would have won this game. But Kerstad getting that fucking triple with guys at first and second, that killed it. That momentum, we had the momentum until they brought Vargas out there. Like I said, I don't give a shit if his ERA is in the 1s or a 2s. He is not trustworthy. And my point was proven exactly here today. 0-2 pitch, low and at the knees. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Soto to Williamson. Yeah, but the same thing would have happened if we would have brought in Bizzardo, or, can't bring in Colin Snyder, thankfully, because he's injured. It's like, you can only trust, Gabe Spire, Matt Brash, and maybe Kowar, but then he pitched yesterday, so. Two-two pitch. Sinker, high and away, fouled off by Ben Williamson. 2 balls and 2 strikes with nobody on and 1 out. But it's like we've been scoring 1 to 3 runs forever, and it stinks. Starting pitching can do good, but if you're only getting 1 to 3 runs and then your bullpen gives up 2, 3, 4, 5 runs, you're fucked. Or sometimes 6 or 7 runs in the 10th. Like Legomina and Snyder, unacceptable. And Williamson strikes out looking. Motherfuck. All right, now we need a miracle. We need a solo jack by J.P. Crawford right here to tie it up 3-3. Can you make it happen, J.P.? I'm trying to talk it into existence. He's got 5 home runs. This would be home run number 6. And if there was ever a time that we needed a home run, it's right now. Sports gods, are you listening? Come on, J.P. And if J.P. homers, people are going to think I'm an alien. First pitch from Soto to JP, fouled off, 0-1 count. Come on, JP. I'll even take a single, a walk, hit by a pitch as long as you don't get hurt. But, right now, this might be it. Because there's no guarantee that we're going to get anything in the 9th. We may lose 3-2, and it kind of feels like we're going to unless JP homers here. If JP homers, we can win. If he doesn't, realistically, we're probably going to lose 3-2. Or maybe even worse, depending on who we bring in. And then we got Wu on the mound tomorrow, but dumb decision by bringing Vargas in. 1-1 pitch, high and away. 2 balls and 1 strike from Soto to Crawford. And Crawford almost homers on that pitch that was fouled off, but just wide on that first pitch. Come on, JP. But with so many guys like Trent Thornton and Snyder and Legomina that we've sent to AAA or got injured, we're running out of talent, in the pen. And it's like you have a couple guys that are good, but you got a lot of guys in there that are shitty. It's like, why not have Logan Evans, on the team, right? Instead of Legomina coming in for, Colin Snyder, why not bring Logan Evans back and move him to the pen? We trust him. That would help us out. Can't trust Bryce Miller or George Kirby, starting or in the pen. It's like I feel like Dan Wilson isn't the brightest. Like I feel like, he's better than Scott Service, but they need to be able to have people that know analytics and metrics, like people on this channel, including myself. We can help you, guide you the right way to win. But, doing the same shit over and over and over ain't going to get it done. And not moving guys in the batting order either. Count now is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes from Soto to Crawford. Like, essentially, you need Brash to pitch 2 innings, right? And then JP gets a walk. So we're still alive now. It's like you need Brash to pitch 2, Spire to pitch 2, Kowar to pitch 2, and that's asking too much. But thankfully, JP walks, so we're still alive. And now here we're still back in it. Next up, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. If Cal can get a homer, we win. Come on, Cal. We know you're one of the most clutch hitters in the 7th inning and beyond. You're 2 for 3 today. And if anyone can get us back in this game, it's Cal and Julio. They've been the heroes today, but we need others to step up. It just can't be a 2-man show, Jordan and Pippen, and everyone else is just ass. Bottom of the 8th, 3-2 Orioles, runner at first with 2 outs. Next up is big dumper on deck, Julio. Come on. And even if Cal doesn't homer and gets on with a single, Julio could end up getting the, game-tying RBI or go-ahead run if we can get to Julio. Come on, Cal. Be electric, baby. Come on, Cal. And Cal has had to bat from the right side this whole game. But Cal can still hit homers from the right side. It's not like he can't. As of a couple days ago, his OPS was over 1,000, lefty and righty. You never are going to see that out of any player. He's going to be breaking a lot of records. And, again, the home run record for a catcher is only 48 home runs. Cal's pacing for like 65. So he's already going to be going down in history this year if he keeps up the pace. First pitch, high and away, 1-0 count from Soto to Raleigh. Come on, Cal. One photo for Cal. 1-0 pitch, fouled off right down the middle. 1 ball and 1 strike to big dumper, Cal Raleigh. 2 for Cal. 3 for Cal. 4 for Cal. 5 for Cal. 6 for Cal. Let's go. Bring that electricity, baby. 1-1 pitch, high and away. 2 balls and 1 strike from Soto to Raleigh. Come on, baby. My Cal Raleigh rookie auto is actually one of my, I got Julio autos and whatnot and Griffey's and other things, but I only got 1 Cal rookie auto, and it's very precious to me. 2-1 pitch, high and away. 3 balls and 1 strike from Soto to Raleigh. And we'll take a walk to Cal also. If we can get to Julio, we can still tie this game up or, have the go-ahead run and take the lead. But right now, we just got to focus on tying the game up because there's no guarantee that we're going to get anything in the 9th based on how the momentum has shifted to the Baltimore Orioles with Kjerstad with that triple with runners at first and second that brought in 2. That fucked us. 3-1 pitch, fouled off by Cal Raleigh. And I wish Cal was able to bat from the left side at least once today, but it's been all lefties. And that was strategic by Baltimore. Three-one pitch, fouled off. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Count now is full from Soto to big dumper. Come on, Cal. Bottom of the 8th, runner at first. 3-2 count with 2 outs. We're running out of options here. On deck is Julio Rodriguez, and Julio is waiting, and Cal can't get it done. Fuck, we might have just lost. Son of a bitch. End of the 8th inning, 3-2 Orioles. But at least on the bright side, in the bottom of the ninth, we are going to have Julio. Obviously, I don't know if Randy will be hitting in left field or not. And then obviously we'll have a pinch hitter that we already had for Mitch Garver. So we'll see what they do here at the Randy and Garver situation, but at least we'll have Julio. But man, we definitely fucked ourselves in this game with that Carlos Vargas move by Dan Wilson. Shows you how important bullpen pitching is. Again, if we had better bullpen pitching, we would still be in first place. Next up for the Orioles, 0 for 3 with 2 Ks, DHing Ryan O'Hearn. Batting second, 0 for 2 with a run, base on ball and a K, third baseman Ramon Urias. And batting third, 0 for 2 with a base on ball and a K, center fielder Colton Cowser. Let's go Mariners. And you know what really stinks, about this? The whole thing? This motherfucker did great today. He had a one-hitter, Emerson Hancock, and we've seen how bad George Kirby and Bryce Miller have looked. And again, the Mariners had bad juju when Logan Evans went 8 innings and had one of the best performances that we've seen in 2 years, and they sent him down to AAA, and we've been asked ever since they did that. That was a real dumb decision by the Mariner organization. They need to figure out who's good on this team and who isn't. And if they're not good, send them off. Send them to AAA or cut them. And again, they're keeping the wrong players on the team and sending the people that should be on the team to AAA, like Logan Evans. You can use Logan Evans as a starter or a bullpen guy. And again, things have not been good since they made that move. And I know I'm not the only one that thinks that as well. And now you got Legomina in the game. Jesus Christ. This one's probably over. And hopefully Legomina can find a way to get out of this inning unscathed, but don't hold your breath. First pitch to Ryan O'Hearn, takes a strike swinging, 0-1 count. In play, and lined out to center. Julio is there, 1 away. We got lucky there. Next up, 0 for 2 with a run, base on ball and a K, third baseman Ramon Urias. It's like you got Matt Brash, Gabe Spire, Jackson Kowar. That's it. No one else is trustworthy. And then you got Andres Munoz, but we can't bring him in the fucking game when we're down goddamn a run, And it's not like we can play all 3 of those pitchers every day when you have all these other shitty ones. Legomina, fucking Vargas, Bizzardo. Christ, we need better players. Should have never signed Mastroboni and Solano and Garver and fucking Polo. Should have used all of that money to sign pitchers in the pen. Think about how much better our team would have been. 1-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Legomina to Urias. I mean, it's still possible that we, get a solo dinger out of Julio, and if we do, I think we'll win. But again, that might have to be the thing that happens for us to be able to get the momentum. But what are the chances that Julio homers in the bottom of the ninth? Like, I don't know what the percentages would be, maybe 15%, so it is possible, but I don't know how likely it is, but I hope he does it. I really don't want to lose this game, and Emerson did such a good job, way to fuck it up, by not getting enough hits for him and having the bullpen fuck it up with Vargas. 2-2 pitch, high and away. Count now is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes from Legomina to Urias. And there's a walk. Jesus Christ. Legomina. Urias to first. And now we need a double play right up the middle by center fielder Colton Cowser. Slow dribbler right up to JP or Cole Young, throw to first. That's how you get out of this inning. First pitch takes a strike, looking high and away, 0-1 count. 0-1 pitch, takes a strike looking on the line, 0-2 count from Legumina to Cowser. And at least Legumina looks better than he did on his last outing, with him and Snyder giving up 6-7 runs in 10 innings. And, I still don't trust Casey, though. He had a few starts where he was trustworthy, and then the last couple he wasn't. Then he got sent down to AAA, and I would have rather had Logan Evans get the call up than Legumina. But again, I don't think Dan Wilson really understands what he's doing. He's better than Scott Service, but he's got a long ways to go. We're not going to be able to average 6 runs a fucking game like we did for a month and a half the whole season. 0-2 pitch. And of course he gets a hit. Cowser singles to right. Now you got runners on the corners at first and third with 1 out. And now they're going to have Rivera come in and pinch hit. Emmanuel Rivera. And first pitch, Rivera swings, grounds out into the double play. And thankfully, we end up getting out of the inning and we're still only down a run, because normally Legumina would have given up another hit right there, and then we would have been down 4-2 or 5-2, and then 100% game over. And right now it still doesn't look good, but we're down 1. That's better than being down 2 or 3. All right, here we go. Last opportunity for the Mariners. Next up for the Mariners, who's actually having a good game. He could be the savior. 2 for 3, center fielder Julio Rodriguez. Batting second, a streaky, unreliable hitter, but you never know. 0 for 2 with an RBI and a K, left fielder Randy Arozarena. And batting third, 0 for 3, catcher Mitch Garver, who should be Harry Ford at some point. Julio, Randy, Mitch. So, right now, let's be real. Mitch is unreliable. Randy is unreliable. And Julio is really the only guy that can tie this game up for us. So if Julio homers, we're in business. But if Julio gets a single, there's no guarantee that Garver and Arozarena are going to knock him in. Just based on how they've been playing lately, just being honest and real. So hopefully Julio homers or we're fucked. Let's go, J-Rod. It's all on you now. Trident's up. And Bautista's coming in the game, and it's going to be hard to hit off him too. Come on, J-Rod, you're our last hope. Trident's up. Come on, Julio. Got a homer here. Come on, baby. Please. We need that electricity. Come on, J-Rod. And Felix Bautista is nasty. First pitch, low and away to Julio. 1-0 count. 1-0 pitch. Takes a strike looking on the line with a sinker by Bautista, who's nasty. 1 ball and 1 strike from Bautista to Julio. Come on, Julio. We got Brian Wu on the mound tomorrow, rubber match. I know we can win that, but we definitely let this game slip through our fingers. But again, you can't win a lot of games in MLB scoring 1 to fucking 3 runs. Something's got to give. You got to, move guys around in the lineup, make some changes in the bullpen, call some guys up in AAA. 1-1 pitch, low and at the knees with the splitter by Bautista. 2 balls and 1 strike from Bautista to Julio. Come on, J-Rod. And again, we need Julio to homer because there's no guarantee Randy and Mitch are going to do fucking anything. 2-1 pitch, in play, and popped out to second, 1 away. This one might be over. Down goes Julio. No smiling right now. Next up, left fielder Randy Arozarena. Can you be that guy, Randy? You are incredibly streaky. And you could hit a homer. We need it by either you or Mitch. Who's going to step up? Come on, Randy. Right hands up. Let's go. Randy and Mitch. Unless they have someone pinch hit for Mitch. In play. And Randy reaches on an infield single to the pitcher. Just kind of a little slow dribbler. There we go. At least we're alive now. There we go. Nice job by Randy. It wasn't a homer, but I'll take it. Nice job, Randy. You are an unreliable hitter, but you got it done there. Next up, 0 for 3, Mitch Garver. Now, Mitch wouldn't walk it off with a homer like this photo, would he? And obviously Gunnar Henderson having that dribble out of his mitt. Thank you so much, Gunnar. First pitch to Mitch Garver, high and away, 1-0 count. And the last time Mitch Garver walked off a game was this photo. It's been a long fucking time. And this photo wasn't even from this year. Come on, baby. Bottom of the 9th, runner at first, Randy Arozarena. We're down by a run. And if Mitch can homer, we win. It would be a great walk-off. But the chances of that happening is not that likely. More chances of Mitch striking out, popping up, grounding out, or, something of the other. But we'll see. 1-0 pitch, low and away. 2 balls and no strikes from Bautista to Garver. Come on, baby. Bottom of the 9th, runner at first, 3-2 O's. Bautista on the mound, Garver in the box. Garver 0 for 3, very unreliable. 2-0 pitch, takes a strike swinging high and inside with that sinker by Bautista. 2 balls and 1 strike with a runner at first and 1 out. And obviously the last thing that we want to do here, I'm not even going to say it, because if I say it, it's going to happen. Orioles know what they need, but I know what we need. Come on, Mitch. The best thing that we could ask for here, obviously with a walk-off, but even if Mitch can get on with a walk or a hit by a pitch. Bottom of the 9th, runner at first with 1 out, down by a run, 3-2 O's. Here we go. We might get a walk out of Mitch. He doesn't swing often. Pitches at the knees, 3 balls and 1 strike. And as long as he doesn't have some kind of fucking sports god complex where he tries to be the fucking hero, he'll take the walk. You might have to wait a pitch or two. And there it is. I told y'all. There's the walk. Runners at first and second now. We still have life. Let's go. Not over yet. Runners at first and second now. Randy to second. Garver walked at first. And pinch hitting is Leody Taveras. Let's go, Leody. This would be a great time for a 3-run blast to win, huh? 5-3 Mariner final. That sounds pretty sexy. Or even just getting an RBI and tying it up 3-3, and winning 4-3 and 10 or 11 or 12. I'll take that. But we're very lucky that we've been able to rough up Bautista. Not many teams do this. We got a little bit of life. Not a lot, but just a little bit. First pitch. Leody Taveras takes a strike looking right down the middle from Felix Bautista. 0-1 count. Bottom of the ninth, runners at first and second with 1 out. Garver walked, so we don't have to worry about him swinging. 0-1 pitch, low and at the knees. 1 ball and 1 strike from Bautista Taveras. And it kind of feels like Bautista's losing control. Maybe if we don't swing in the next couple batters, we might be able to bring a runner home without doing anything. But do the batters in the box have that kind of patience to just take pitches and just not swing? And shouldn't have swung at that. 2 feet off the plate. What are you doing, Leody? It would have been a 2-1 count. Now it's 1-2. Christ, what are you doing? You have to be able to anticipate, if this guy actually can hit the strike zone or not. Kind of feels like Bautista is reeling now. But you can't help and bail him out by swinging at garbage 3 feet off the fucking plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Leody Taveras. And if he just wouldn't have swung on that last pitch, we would have been right exactly where we wanted to put Bautista with a 2-1 count rather than a 1-2. Come on, Leody. RBI single. Let's go. Pitch is low and at the knees, and every pitch for him has been low or outside besides 1 pitch. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Bautista to Taveras. Come on, Mariners. Come on, Leody. Come on, brother. Let's go. Bring that electricity. In play. And popped out to second. Fuck. 2 away. And we're down to our last out with runners at first and second. We just didn't bring Carlos Vargas in. We would have won this game 2-1. More than likely. And I got Master Boney is running for Garver. Next up is Rowdy Tellez. And this is actually probably the best option late in the game. Rowdy could end up getting a 3-run jack. We win 5-3, or getting an RBI single. Let's go, Rowdy. This is the last chance for the Mariners here. First pitch, takes a strike swinging, low and away, 0-1 count. Come on, Rowdy. Come on, baby. Come on, Rowdy. In play, and flied out to center, and that is the end of the game. Fuck. Another fucking loss. And I feel so bad for Emerson Hancock. He had a 1-hitter and then gave up a solo jack to Rushman, but really Carlos Vargas is the one that lost the game for us. We were up 2-1. He brought him in. Runners at first and second, and then obviously Herstad hit that triple. And triples don't happen often, and GG to the Orioles and the Orioles fans, but this one is a heartbreaker, and it shows you how important bullpen pitching really is. We're going to be live tomorrow at 1:10 Pacific for Brian Wu on the mound, and we have to be able to get more than 1 to 3 runs. If we don't get to 4 runs, we're not going to be able to win. And man, it's been such a night and day difference from our 9 consecutive series win streak to what we're getting now, and getting 1 to 3 runs ain't going to fucking cut it. But I appreciate everyone that liked, sub, donated, commented, shared. And shout out to Captain for doing what he does, as well as Monkey Kung Fu and STL. Love you guys, and I appreciate you guys very, very much. And I got one question for you. Well, you know, talk sports like us. Your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics. My dent's up. I'll be live tomorrow, 1:10 Pacific. Ryan Wu on the mound, and I am out. Okay. Go Mariners.